the new backyard baseball inspired series that we're doing here on MLB The Show 20. I've got custom everything, custom team, custom players, custom ratings, custom batting stances, even the custom theme songs, music, commentary, and audio. We're going to hear a lot of that. I'm giving people a chance, a little bit of time to get into the stream and get this thing going. Super excited. We did just stream. We're coming off a stream yesterday, the opening day stream, which was a blast. I want to say a big thank you to each of you that contributed to the fun of that commented, gave me ideas for this stream, such as the idea to make Mr. Clanky as the 26th man on this roster, the unlockable character, the robot from Backyard Baseball. That has come from you guys, the community, and the park name, the amusement park that we play in, Weasel World. We did get to see, as we see Pablo Sanchez season stats here to the beginning of his young career. He went 1 for 4 in his debut with a double, and then in game 2 he homered, and in game 3 he hit 2. We are playing on Legends, so we will be going in and out of some win streaks and some hot streaks, but definitely with the settings the way we have them, some cold streaks. And that's what I believe makes my franchises fun and unique, is because of the unique gameplay settings and sliders. It truly is like a real baseball game, even though we're doing this fantasy series with a new version of Backyard Baseball. It still plays super realistic, and we get some really neat and new animations that you may not have seen before on MLB The Show 20. And on each of my streams, broadcasts, and videos, I try comments, descriptions. I try to give you guys as much added value as I can, because I just like to do that with franchise tips, different things like that. And most importantly, we get to talk baseball, have a little bit of nostalgia here from the great Backyard Baseball game, and see a new version of it, and get to continue their story and the storylines of these characters, as we have not seen anywhere these cats pop up and what happened to the rest of their story after their dominance in Little League in the BBL. So without further ado, I am giving people a chance to join this stream. Without further ado, though, I am going to go ahead and start it for the replay value, because each one of my streams, I limit the timing too. I have so much fun with this, but I also limit the timing. We play one series at a time. So we played the home opening series against the Cubs on yesterday's stream, the opening day stream. Played 3 games. We went 1-2. And then now we have a 3-game homestand, I believe, but a new series with the Cardinals. We play on quick counts, and we get through those games pretty quickly. So we will be running through that series, and I'm going to get that started as you look through some of the stats, the start to the season and the start to the major league career for these guys. Yes, we offer girls on the team, robots, all kind of stuff that you've never seen before, and that's the fun of this series, as well as a neat little community that started to come together and make this a lot of fun. So without further ado, we're going to jump into this, because there are people that find this after the stream and end up watching it as a video. So I try to kind of merge that and have that value for both as a stream, a live stream, and as a video, a replay video. So I expect there should be people popping in before too long. I'm not big on optimizing settings for YouTube, so my findability isn't great on here. I'm not a technology wizard by any means, or a streaming expert, but what I do offer, I think, is that I get super into these franchises and the player ratings, player edits, customization, and so we're definitely super into that side of the aspect, really the baseball aspect and the gaming aspect. So anyway, as I allow some more people to pop in, and then we're going to get started here on the continuation of these young characters' careers, and we're going to see how they play out. We also had a a chance to see yesterday, we had a guy that was one of the Melonheads faithful here on in their young existence after taking over for the Brewers. And the backstory for this whole thing is on the playlist, and it is up on my YouTube. So feel free to pop in and check that out. But we did see a guy that started commenting a really neat thing that developed a new storyline. It may be too early, but yesterday was Pablo Sanchez Major League debut, which it was the most anticipated Major League debut of all time. The only one that came close was King Griffey Jr.'s debut and in Seattle. And what's neat about that, fun fact for as we are going to jump into this game, a fun fact about backyard baseball and what's neat about that Seattle team in 95. He made his debut, I believe, in 89 as a 19-year-old after being the #1 overall pick. He actually, so Humongous Entertainment, who created backyard baseball, there was a guy that grew up playing baseball in his neighborhood and with his friends, and to me that shows right there why it's such a great game. But there was a guy that came to work for Humongous Entertainment, and they were looking for a way to compete with some of these big companies, and like EA Sports. And he came up with the idea, what about a baseball game for kids? And the company didn't really like it. They didn't know if there was a market for it. They didn't have market research and all those tools back then. And right around that time, the Seattle Mariners, led by a young player named King Griffey Jr., who was featured on Backyard Baseball because of all this, and we all know the rest. They made the playoffs for the first time in 1995. They won the AL West, as we are going to play our home games most of the time here in Weasel World, which I think just has a really neat backyard baseball theme to it. We also will play some of our home games on weekend nights that expect larger crowds at Miller Park. We did take over for the Brewers, and it can hold a bigger crowd. So weeknights we will usually play there, but most of our games will be on here. Hey Noah, good to see you, man. Glad you popped in as we're about to get this started. We're just picking up with game number 4. But the neat thing about that is the Mariners, based in Seattle, 12 miles away from where Humongous Entertainment was based. They made the playoffs for the first time since 1995, and it kind of built some excitement for baseball, so they decided to run with the new employees. Awesome, Noah. Nice, man. Glad you clicked that notification bell so that it notifies you. Heck yeah, dude. But the Mariners actually, as we get set up here, the Mariners built some excitement around the game of baseball, and so they went with the idea to create backyard baseball. So there's kind of a parallel with Griffey and Pablo, but Pablo's debut yesterday was definitely, I mean, Griffey's was close, but Pablo Sanchez has to be, what we streamed yesterday, the most hyped and highest expectations for a Major League Baseball debut of all time. And we had a guy yesterday commenting, when Pablo hit his first bomb finally, he didn't in the first game, you just knew it was coming, but we are on legend settings and difficult sliders, we have solid hits turned down and other things. But when Pablo homered, we had a guy immediately say 762 left. So is it too early? I don't know. It is the secret weapon, Pablo Sanchez, that we're talking about. So we are already on the watch to see if Pablo Sanchez, and hopefully we're going to have most of this streamed, maybe every single one of his career home runs captured here on this channel. But we are officially on the watch to see if this kid, it might take a while, but I intend to do the whole thing, to see if this kid can get close to that ridiculous 762 number posted by Barry Bonds. So, James, good to see you, man. Happy to see you popping in as we're just going to get rolling. For sure, dude. Like always, just when you want to hang out, come do it. When you want to pop out, got stuff to do. I know real life happens. Certainly does for me too. Then you always, it's always up. That's the neat thing about it in live streaming is it's always up. You can fast forward through it, rewind it, whatever you want to do. But good to see y'all. Good to see you guys popping in. So we do have Lulu on the mound. starting today, game 4 for us. We are 1-2, and just really excited to get this game going. As we look through the stats from yesterday, the early season stats, the early career stats for each one of these players, Pete did hit 2 bombs, including on opening day. He homered in the 9th inning with 1 out to tie the game. And Pablo, right after him, nearly went back-to-back to win it. A walk-off in his debut would have been insane. And the universe, I think, just knew it would be a little bit too insane. We got good timing on it, and we had the PCI on it, but it was a little bit high. We left PCI down the middle. And he flew out to deep center field, and we lost in extras on an error because we play without the fly ball indicator on, which is something I haven't seen anybody else do. So that makes for really unique and just kind of exciting and nerve-wracking. Definitely was yesterday on opening day. It cost us the game, but we bounced back 1 in game 2. Pablo homered. Game 3, he hit 2 bombs, but we lost. So we're starting their young career 1-2. We do have a lot of young cats on this team. And so I'm excited to see, is the pitching going to be good enough? We did have a great start, a 3-hit shutout from Angela Del Vecchio, Tony's sister. Yesterday, Mikey's got to get going, batting 182, no home runs, no RBIs in that 3 spot for us as our big hitting lefty there in the 3 hole. But I'm not too worried about him. Ahmed Khan did get it going, homered twice, batting 444. Definitely small sample size. Markey struggled. Jocinda struggled. We're actually going to give Tony some run here. I really like his glove over there at third base, and has a really good arm. Let's just see if he'll be able to hit. Stephanie Morgan's been about what we hoped she would. Does have an RBI. On opening day yesterday, a historic day, actually the first girls to play in the majors. Stephanie Morgan, Keisha Phillips, and Jocinda Smith got the start. They were the first girls to ever play in Major League Baseball. A historic day, and a funny thing is, pretty neat. Our first 3 runs came via RBIs from those 3 ladies. So they were the first RBIs. Each one of them had 1 RBI, one run batted in. Just a historic day yesterday on stream. If you caught it, that's awesome. Glad to have you back. If you didn't, welcome. You are still getting in on the ground floor because we're going to have a lot of fun and just keep building up on this and to see what happens. So, Noah, I hear you, man. James, I hear you, dude. Y'all pop in and out. Glad to have you here. It's always fun. We also will be, at some point in this season, debuting Ernie Steele in the field because he is decent. He is a good fielder. He's got that 6'8", tiny frame. But he will be giving us a little bit of positional flexibility in the field on defense. But we're going to run it just like this and get this thing started. We're also going to hear from Vinny the Gooch. We do have some new audio clips for you today. We're going to hear from Vinny the Gooch and Sunny Day, the original, the OG, greatest commentators of all time, of any baseball movie or anything else. So we're definitely going to be hearing from them. And I'm just going to go ahead and run this clip. This is from the beginning. And then we're going to get started.
This is Sunny Day, wishing you all peace, harmony, and great baseball. It's time once again for Backyard Baseball. This is Sunny Day and my pal Vinny the Gooch with a hearty hi-ho to ya. Wait a minute. The Gooch does not, under any circumstances, say hi-ho. Sunny Day might be saying hi-ho, but the Gooch just says yo. Whatever, Vinny.
Such a classic. That's maybe the greatest commentary clip of all time. As we do open up here, I'm going to let Vinny.
Say hello to the nice people, Vinny. Nice? I got a bowl of potato salad dumped on my head on the way in here. Oh, Vinny, hey, what? It's true. Today, we'll see a close matchup between the Humongous Melonheads and the St. Louis Cardinals. You know, Sonny, I love the baseball. In fact, I wrote a book about it. It's called I Love the Baseball by Vinny the Gooch. Available at fine bookstores everywhere. So let's head to the field.
I heard that, Sonny. Let's head to the field. We are kicking off after a classic introduction from Sunny Day and Vinny the Gooch, the greatest commentators of all time. We are now kicking off Game 4 of this young Melonheads organization existence. Luann Louie, they call her Lulu. She loves pink, and she loves Pablo over there at shortstop. He's definitely an incredible shortstop. He has been, I was interested to see if he would be able to field with his small frame. We will continue to see if he will. He's not an elite fielder, but his instincts are incredible. His reaction to the baseball off the bat and reading the bat off the ball is just maybe unmatched already, even at 19. So with the glove, we'll just have to see. He does have a small frame. He doesn't have an elite arm you'd like to see from a young shortstop, but he makes up for it with his reaction and his instincts and just his will to play the game. So anyway, as Paul Goldschmidt steps in here for the Cardinals. Ooh, Lulu leaves one up the middle. Pablo can't get to that one. Gets out of Pete in center field. And the Cardinals have the first base runner of the game.
That ball's foul.
This is a foul ball. Payoff pitch one more time. Hit out towards second.
Stephanie can't quite get there. That ball's going to get through. Lulu, after 2 quick outs, experiences a little bit of trouble here.
Wow, looked like an easy beginning of this inning. Gets the first 2 guys out, then the 3 and 4 hitters all of a sudden start locking.
As I work to just check the stream early on, and then we'll get going with some
he's definitely put his feet to the fire.
commentary.
Number 5 guy, he's known. He sits in that 5-hole to drive in runs, and he's smelling ribbies right now.
All right, as y'all come into the stream, if you would kindly let me know
Ball, that's out.
how the audio sounds, how my mix, and how the mix of, you know, Matt Vasgersian and all that good stuff. If you hear anything that's a little bit weird or just not perfect, if you would just kind of give me some feedback on that as we just get right into it. Oh, that ball smoked. It's going to find a gap. Cardinals, ball nearly off the wall. One hops the wall. Markey's going to pick it up, throw it in. That's going to score 2. Just like that, the Cardinals get on the board. Lulu leaving that off speed up. We can't do that. We were 1 strike away from getting out of this inning, and then a 2-out rally. We leave the off speed up again. Stephanie makes the catch, though, and that's going to end the top of the first. We're going to see Dakota Hudson here for the Cardinals, but that's okay because they're going to see the fastest man in baseball.
Very solid and very dependable.
Now batting, Wheeler. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Pete Wheeler stands in. They call him Wheelie, a.k.a. 18 Wheeler. We've heard about his speed. We didn't know about his power.
Take a look at the Redbirds entering play.
He hit 2 home runs in the opening series against the Cubs, including a home run in the 9th inning that tied the game with 1 out.
Inside, ball 1.
Stay on the attack.
It makes it tricky to pitch to him now because as you get a look at Pablo Sanchez.
Pablo Sanchez waits on.
If he's got some power, you got to be a little bit careful with him pitching to him, and you really don't want to walk him either. So interesting to see how his OBP will play out.
Nope. Ball 4.
Hudson can't get the call, and Wheelie is on first base via a walk to start the game. You do not want that as a Cardinals fan. Imagine we will see him take off for second at some point. Meanwhile, the man steps in.
Stepping in, Pablo Sanchez. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff.
We talked to Coach Ekman after the game yesterday, as I'll let us get a look at Pablo here.
High, deep. That is a move.
Is that ball fair?
A long home run.
It must be. Unbelievable. Just like that on a 2-1 count. Pablo gets a slider. He don't care it's not a 2-1 fastball. Caught too much of the plate. He said, caught too much of my bat that time. And he ties this game.
Not a lot of doubt about that home run, and with show track, we can see why. 118 miles an hour off the bat, you hit it that hard, and you get some air under it, and it's not going to stay.
Wraps that ball around the foul pole, and it goes 427. What is that, in the sandbox? Over the sandbox? Over here in Weasel World, the amusement park that the Melonheads historically, since they've been 9 years old, they go and play and have fun at that amusement park if they win each night. So we'll see how that affects stamina and durability and all that. But Pablo wraps this ball. I've never seen that animation. He wraps this ball around the foul pole and it just gets out of the park. So the local little motel out there has got to look out when Pablo Sanchez is up to the plate. When they hear his walk-up song, they got to be careful as that ball clears the bridge and bounces out. They're going to have to just pick that ball up and throw it back in. As you can see, the sandbox here in Weasel World. So let's just run his music one more time from the stadium booth, and then we're going to hear from Mikey Thomas.
At the plate, Mikey Thomas.
Nugget stands in, still looking to get going. He should catch his first home run and RBI at some point in this homestand with the Cardinals. Ooh, just misses the sinker there. These cats do have low vision as they are transitioning from a AAU type ball, playing baseball all around, playing fall league and all that good stuff, summer ball, and immediately as Ahmed Khan stands in. You totally rock, dudes. Ahmed, as we know, the lead guitarist in the band that he's in with his brother, that he plays in his spare time. You know, this guy can rock a baseball as well. He is off to a nice start. He kind of has a Nelson Cruz comparison from a lot of scouts. Nelson, if you'll remember, tore up the minor leagues, but kind of struggled when he would get a chance in the bigs for a while, and just was known as the ultimate late bloomer and just started tearing up the big leagues, and even still is now, approaching 40. Ahmed smokes that one. Goldschmidt can't get there. And it's good to see the Melonheads have produced 3 base runners here in the first inning. When we talked to Coach Ekman after the home series with the Cubs, he said the number one, he said that he didn't mind it, the fielding and all that. That's going to happen with this team. And they're not a big league team yet, but they're hoping to show they can improve. And as Keisha steps in, he said he wants to see him produce more base runners. He knows we have some run producers, but we tend to strike out a little bit with this low vision on this team. And they haven't seen big league pitching just yet, but they love the game. They've always played this game. I don't think it will take them long to adjust. And Pablo Sanchez is just going to produce. You got to expect he is projected to produce over 100 runs, even in his 19-year-old season.
Another 2-2 offering, and he fouls this one off.
Sinker ballers are tough to hit, tough to see out of the hand on this legend difficulty.
The 2-2 one more time. And this is right past Molina.
The ball gets behind even Yachty. Ahmed moves up to second.
Now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
I've also made Dakota Hudson throw 22 pitches. A young team sometimes doesn't work the count as much as you would like. Keisha is just continually late on this sinker. You also see the Ferris wheel spinning out there in right center. I like to kind of judge the time in the sunset based on on the way that the lights look out there in Weasel World Amusement Park. Keisha heads to first, drawing a walk, our second walk of the game.
So no harm done. Force out anywhere now.
The 1-1 home. Squared that one up just a little late.
Super late on that sinker.
Second with one away.
Markey's struggling to start the year. We were hoping to have him be a productive bat for us in this lineup. Another wild pitch. Even gets past Yadier Molina.
Man, he's an absolute train wreck out there. So that's his second wild pitch of the first inning. We'll see if he can get the train back on the tracks here, but something is definitely off with his delivery right now.
Markey in an RBI spot here, and then Melonheads look to keep pouring on more runs.
The count's full.
Count goes full now to Markey. Ooh, good back foot slider there from Hudson.
Hit hard towards center.
Base hit from Markey. Oh no, you don't want to. Nice play from Dakota Hudson to cut that baseball off, but there were Goldschmidt cutting it off from first. So they will get the runner out, trying to advance to second as Tony DeVecchio stands in.
In now, Tony rounded down the third baseline, but this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Nice little 4-run inning here from the Melonheads.
Like I always say,
Strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is
Ouch.
So it's 4 runs on 3 hits, including the home run. No errors.
Tony gets caught looking, and that'll end the first inning.
Second inning set to go, and into bat next will be Tyler O'Neill.
Hey, we're still in the early stages of this one. They're only down by a couple of runs.
We'll see if Lulu can get that off speed down. We don't want it that low. That pushes the count to 3-1.
Makes his debut here as a September call-up amidst much anticipation.
That ball's
And
crushed.
assuming he lives up to the expectations, he could turn. And this'll
Tyler O'Neill with 91 speed. You'll see if he's going to try for third. He's not going to test Markey's arm.
Cardinals get a man into scoring position on the leadoff double.
This is exactly
One interesting thing is going to be they may not have a ton of a scout report on these young kids just yet.
now if they can scratch a run or two across this inning, they'll be right back in this
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 and 2. A runner
So he didn't really know whether he could test Markey's arm there.
Strike 3 called on the fastball, 1 gone. And strike 3 recorded there. He's notched his first career
Lulu gets her first
strikeout.
strikeout.
If he can become a consistent strikeout pitcher, you have to figure his career is going to end up being a solid one. All the best pitchers at this level have at least one pitch that they can go into in tough situations. So we'll see if he becomes one of
I'm
those
going to go over to
guys
Vinny the
as
Gooch
his
in the
career
booth.
goes along.
I'm going to ask him what he thinks about the Melonheads coming out today and putting up 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning.
Hit it hard,
like
that's
I
all you
always
can
say,
ask. You can't
it's
control
better
the
to score
result
than
sometimes.
to not score.
Just unlucky with the placement.
Okay, thank you, Vinny.
Swing and a liner. Right
Tony with that glove over at third. That's going to end the inning. And we're going to head to the bottom of the second. Melonheads turn to bat. Stephanie Morgan stands in.
Now, Stephen Morgan, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
A chance here for the second baseman, Wong. Throw on to
He's
first
out.
And the daughter of a minor leaguer, Stephanie Morgan, not going to be happy with herself there with a first pitch ground out
So digging in now.
as Lulu stands in.
Bases are empty, 1 man.
She does have some speed
Well
count,
above the
2.
and a small stature. Let's see if one of the several short players on this team, let's see if she will be able to draw any more walks because of that. Sinker
2
just blows
balls,
by her.
2 strikes.
Low plate vision on just about every single one of these players as they try to get adjusted to this major league pitching.
3 and 2.
count as that misses.
Ooh, they could have rung up Lulu there. I know she's thinking, ooh, I'm glad he didn't call that, but I hope he gives me that pitch when I'm on the mound.
You want to dance around with.
And he popped him up. Back into foul territory behind first. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. Swing and a little blooper to center. Thomas
Nice little bloop single from Lulu there, the pitcher.
his first major league hit.
And I'm interested to see if we might see our first ever stolen base from a female here in the MLB. It's setting up to be another historic night for the record books.
So now to the plate,
He's going to get a late jump. Oh, wow. Gets picked off at first, caught stealing, as it'll go down in the box score. But that's the first caught stealing ever by a and steal attempt by a female player here in the major leagues.
Ball two.
You know he's probably cheating on that inside pitch.
Get a look at Pete Wheeler here. Bottom of the second. 2 out. 2-2 count. Melonheads lead 4-2.
3-2.
If you're at the plate right now, you have to realize who's on deck. I guarantee you something's over the heart of the plate. You have to be aggressive in the zone.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning.
Pete just swung under that curveball. That looks like... And we're going to head to the top of the third inning here. As you can see, that Ferris wheel just continues to light up more as we get darker into the night. Pablo can't make the play there in the hole.
So frustrating, Dero. You make a good.
It's going to go as a base hit.
That can run around and they're fast. You think you have an out, and all of a sudden it turns into an infield single.
Yeah, this is definitely part of his game. The ground.
Out.
Pablo to Stephanie.
He's out.
He's going to get a ton of infield singles. And
On to Mikey. They do turn it.
Digging in now will be Matt Carpenter. No one
And in steps Matt Carpenter.
Yeah, that two ball really changed the complexion of this inning. It looked like the middle of the order was going to have a chance to get a big hit with some ducks on the pond, but now they just have to try and get a 2-out rally started.
Hard on the ground towards
A little bit in the hole here for Pablo. He does make the play. Here he gets Matt Carpenter by a step, and we're going to head to the bottom of the third.
Now at the plate, Pablo Sanchez.
Pablo Sanchez.
In his first at bat.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Last time it was a 2-1 count.
What I'm seeing here is a
Pablo hit it into the local motel.
like he feels he can't throw the ball right by him right now.
The ball rolled right up to the doorstep.
Into the windup.
Here's a 2-1 this time.
Easy
Ball,
take
that's
there
just
on the
out.
sinker, well off the
I don't think
outside.
Dakota Hudson wants
And obviously this guy's a
anything to do with this kid.
run, and he can go yard too. You don't want to walk him because he might steal a base on you, but you don't want to groove a fastball either because
Hanging slider, Pablo, good timing on it. Just gets under that high slider.
Thomas has it for route number 1.
1 away.
Now at the plate, Mikey Thomas.
Mikey stands in 0 for 1, batting a $167 on the year.
Skied in the air to straightaway left.
He's all over that ball. He does have some opposite field power,
A few steps as he takes it for the second out.
but that one
So
is not going to travel.
Rocket Collins. He singled his last time.
Another hitter's count here for Ahmed Khan.
I got 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike.
For ball 3.
This is where you cash your checks right here.
These songs that you hear are produced for the sake of the series by Ahmed, his brother, and their band.
And
Ball
that one's
4,
taken
that's out.
outside for a ball.
As he takes a stroll on down to first.
3 inning here, they've got themselves a 2-out this one.
You know, it takes a lot of discipline to watch a pitch like that go by, but
And that is going to bring up Keisha Phillips, whose theme song we use for when we get a walk.
good take and a walk is the result.
Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1 and 2. Third inning here, already 4-2 our score. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't doesn't come around to
Nice play from Matt Carpenter. That's going to end the bottom of the third.
New inning set to get underway. And coming forward, the veteran outfielder, Dexter Fowler.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
Ahmed, a little trouble with that one, but he does haul it in as we do play with no fly ball indicator on. Does make things interesting. Future Hall of Famer Yadier Molina stands in with his 0 speed here on the game. Stephanie's going to slowly put him away here for out number 2.
1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up.
The count is 1 and 2.
Luann Louie has settled in nicely here after giving up a couple runs late in the first inning. Hangs a curveball slurve there. Pete's going to get under that one. Let's hope we don't have another fiasco like we did on opening day in the 10th inning. We don't, and we head to the bottom of the 4th inning.
At the plate, number 20. He was cut down at second, attempting to stretch a base hit his first time through.
Yeah, fellas, not sure if he got the go-ahead from his base coach or not.
Mikey with a hitter's count
But it looked like
here on Quick Counts to help us move along in these games. The Melonheads are doing a good job as a young team, especially working the count and getting ahead in counts. Usually that's the last thing that develops for a young prospect hitter.
Striding in once again, Tony.
Another good there on the hit, but
Yeah, always frustrating to go down looking. Everybody does it, though.
we do line out. Tony stands in. He struggled just a little bit at the plate here, but I do like his glove
Got him.
in the field. He has made an error, but these settings and sliders are going to be tough. I do that to mimic the difficulty that these 19-year-olds will have adjusting to the big leagues. Nice scoop from Goldie over there first. And we're going to head to the 5th inning.
All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And next to bat will be the outfielder, Lane Thomas.
Also have the settings and sliders the way I do because it matches the storyline that these kids weren't necessarily big league ready, but Pablo Sanchez just vouched for them and allowed their team to be to make the big leagues along with him. You can catch that backstory on my playlist with a few short videos that provide the background and just what we've been trying to accomplish on this channel. 1-2 count here. That right hook, as the kids called it in backyard baseball, with a lot of movement, but she doesn't get a chase from Dakota Hudson, the opposing pitcher.
3 and 2.
Again, doesn't get a chase or a call there.
Will be next. And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th.
Now, I know he struck out there. You can make an opposing
Colton Wong due up, not a type of player that you want to walk, as we do have a 3-1 count here. And he makes me pay for that statement. He's going to find a gap. He's going to hit the ball as close as you can to Weasel World Amusement Park without hitting it over the fence. And he'll be in there with a stand-up double.
right there. Good weight transfer, good hands to the ball, solid contact, and great extension.
About as pretty as a swing gets. Nice look at it there from our camera guys as well.
Cardinals also working to get into some hitters counts. See if Markey will be able to make the play here. He does, and that's going to end the inning.
Danger averted following the 2-out double. More baseball on MLB. Digging in, Lou Lukes. He reached on a single in his first pitch.
Yeah, showed like a little prowess with the bat right there, Dan.
And we have accomplished sunset here at Weasel World Park,
2-1.
as you can tell, as indicated by that Ferris wheel out in right center.
Every pitcher's been there, but it doesn't make it any less
Lulu looking to keep her
3-1 to him now.
Batting average and on base percentage at 1,000. 3-1 count here to start off the fifth. Just think she's always taken here. She does, and she's going to get a walk.
And on just 5 pitches, he walked the pitcher, leading off the inning.
That is not the way he wanted to start off this half inning. It's one thing to walk the leadoff
That brings up
hitter,
Pete.
but it's even more painful when the leadoff hitter is an absolute burner, and he can really wreak some havoc on the bases.
Runner, he's going.
1-1.
Lulu's on the move.
2-1.
And there you have it, the first ever stolen base by a female in the major leagues. And how appropriate, we're going to play her theme song after that steal.
Ball, that's out.
Count goes to 3-1. You look at Pablo Sanchez batting .400 with 4 home runs in his early career.
Now he's got to count his favorite 3-1.
Hey!
Nice pitch there from Dakota Hudson.
Full 4, take your base.
Ooh, count was full. And they just call that pitch a ball.
And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit.
Coach calls timeout.
Pitching coach going to come out there and talk to Dakota Hudson. He's like, hey man, these guys are kids. I don't understand what the problem is. And this kid's not necessarily a kid, but we'll keep calling him that as a 19-year-old. But his resume definitely speaks for itself. That sinker is looking pretty wicked here on legend difficulty from Dakota Hudson. 2-1. 2-2 count.
Count is full. 3-2.
Push to 3-2 with Pablo up. Coach trusts his bat and ability with the bat at the plate. We'll probably be sending the runners here. Oh, wow, he finds a gap.
That's a base hit into the right center field gap.
On the hit and run on a 3-2 count. He's going to hold up at second base. Carlos has perfect timing on the comments like he usually does. Good to see you, Carlos. Good to hear from you. And Pablo Sanchez with a 2 RBI double as he's off to a hot start here in the second series of this Melonheads franchise. And that's going to be it for Dakota Hudson.
There's the St. Louis manager now up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. Change is forthcoming as that's going to do it for the starter here this evening. The overpart after working just 4+ innings, this will not go down as a quality start, that's for sure.
So we're going to go to the veteran Adam Wainwright to face Mikey Thomas here. 7 speed, and he's going to beat it out. Mikey Thomas has an infield single, maybe for the first time of his entire career, but we'll have to wait 20 years to see if that cat ever gets another infield single.
Into the box now, Rocket Khan.
Ahmed stands in. Let's see if that is going to be deep enough for Pablo. I imagine it will.
Here comes the runner from third.
And Pablo has now knocked in 2 runs and scored a run himself. And as Vinny the Gooch says it,
Like I always say, it's better to score than to not score.
Sack fly pushes the 3rd run across.
in steps Flash Phillips.
Now in the box, Flash Phillips.
Good to see the Melonheads coming out and scoring runs early here. Phillips hits a ground ball to third. See if the Cardinals can get 2. She's got some speed. Maybe one of the fastest catchers in the game. She's going to beat out that potential double play.
Stepping into the box, number 20, 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
Markey gets a sinker down the middle on 1-2 count. Is good on that ball. And that's going to score the 8th run of the game for the Melonheads. And they're doing it via walks and base hits. Pablo Sanchez's home run is the only bomb in this game so far. Coach Ekman was asked, he said that their purpose in this next series with the Cardinals was to get more runners on base and not just try to hit home runs or strike out. So it's good to see here that they have started to do that.
Now, Tony the Dude still even at 2-2. Wainwright comes set. Here's the delivery.
Full count.
Some pitchers fall into the trap of getting in on 3-2 because
As the Ferris wheel just burns red and blue like usual, and that little traces of purple they added in once the Melonheads decided they would be playing their home games here. Tony crushes a curveball from Wainwright. He just doesn't have the power to push that ball anywhere here in a big league stadium. And that is going to end the 5th inning. That's Goldie.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter.
Takes an at bat here to start the 6th. Ground ball to Pablo Sanchez.
He's out.
Scouts wanted to see what his consistency would be like as a 19-year-old in the field, because everybody keeps hearing about his bat. And he's been nothing but Mr. Consistent so far.
Sometimes Matt Carpenter, when we talk about best hitters in our sport, I think he's one of the more underrated offensive players.
Out in front as he rolls over.
Stephanie Morgan also has played some solid defense over there for us at second base.
Here's Dexter Fowler now. He's 1 for 2 in this one.
Let's do it, James.
Swinging a hard hit ball down the line.
Dexter Fowler rips one down the line. That ball's going to be fair. James, I hate to say it, man, but so far, what if we lost every game you've been here with us for, and then we won? We missed game 2 of the series yesterday. We won like 7-0, and then when you were out of the chat and out of the stream today. Oh wow! What a play by Luan Louie.
Oh.
And we're gonna head to the bottom of the 5th. But James,
bottom of the inning now, and that'll bring in the second baseman.
Stephanie stands in with a 3-1 count here against Wainwright. And then when you missed today, we've been going on a tear, dude. What's the deal?
8-2. 3-2.
No, I'm just playing, man. Count full here, Stephanie Morgan, bottom of the 6th. Oh, that was filthy. That curve's going to punch out Stephanie Morgan. Yep, Tony Delvecchio did get the start at 3rd today. He crushed a sinker from, no, a curveball from Wainwright earlier, but it just got a good and flat out to center field. He's not a great hitter, hoping that he continues to develop, but man, his glove looks pretty nice over there at 3rd base, both literally and figuratively. He has a nice little gray glove with green trim.
We got 3 balls and 2 strikes.
As we see this more, you'll see more of these players' personalization in their cleats and batting gloves and all that stuff. But Kimmy Ekman's cleats, Tony Delvecchio's glove are definitely 2 of my favorite. Luan Louie, little soft fly ball to left center field. She's going to get her second base hit of the game. She's now 2 for 2 as the pitcher with 2 singles and a walk. She also is the only female in the history of the major leagues as of now to have a stolen base. And she did get caught stealing as well, as this guy knows something about steals too.
2 balls, 1 strike.
She gets a jump here. Pete swings through it. You throw from Yachty. She has 2 steals off of Yadier Molina. As a 5'6" female pitcher here, that's going to be an interesting dynamic to watch. Pete smokes that ball. It's going to burn the second baseman, Colton Wong.
Rounds 3rd and is digging for the plate. He'll score easily. And they're pulling away. They lead by 7.
Another run here for the Melonheads. That is a really good sign that we're able to hit Dakota Hudson here as the man steps in. I don't know if Pablo Sanchez has heard of Adam Wainwright, but I know Adam Wainwright has heard of Pablo Sanchez.
Inside, ball 3.
Let's just put it that way.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. Skied into straight
Pablo, good timing on that fastball. Fastball gets a little high, and as my man Carlos says in the chat, just missed it.
So striding in, Mikey Thomas.
Mikey's been a disappointment here in the 3-hole for us. Let's see if he can get it going.
Hot shot on the ground.
That's not going to do it.
Cleanly.
He's going to throw out 7-speed Mikey Thomas, but he is running hard, and that's going to send us to the bottom of the 6th inning.
2 hits, 1 left. 7th inning coming up. The Legends are out in front, 9-2.
We're also going to have Vinny the Gooch talk to us about our first sponsor here on this series.
You know, Sonny, I could sure go for an ice cold gooseberry soda right about now. Nothing beats the cool, refreshing taste of a gooseberry soda. Gooseberry soda, available at fine soda stands throughout the ballpark.
You got to be kidding me. Vinny didn't tell me. Vinny didn't tell me that our first ever sponsor on this series was his own soda brand that he's come up with called the Goochberry Soda. We're going to have a talk about that after this broadcast. Wow, that ball is crushed out to left field. Ahmed going to run. Oh, he does make the play. That's the neat thing about no fly ball indicator is we also have no indicator off the wall. We have no idea what's going to happen when the ball's hit out there. Is Paul DeYoung going to pinch hit here?
He isn't quite as sharp, and he's not getting the swings and misses that he did early on in this game.
James, no way you're a Melonheads curse, man. But we're going to see. Oh, we get a chance at Tony over there at third. Doing his best Nolan Arenado impression, and that's going to send us to the bottom of the 7th inning.
1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. They're down by a touchdown. It's 9-2.
We got to play our equivalent of the ESPN sound.
Number 36 gets the call from the bullpen to pitch in relief. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Rocket Khan. Earned himself an RBI with a sac fly his last time at the plate.
What a pitch, man.
And there's the first out of the inning.
Great spot on that 2-2 fastball. You can't. As a hitter, there's just not a whole lot you can do with that unless you're looking for it and time it just right.
2 balls, 1 strike, the count.
You see John Breby and Alex Reyes warming up in the pen for St. Louis. Keisha Phillips, you got to be kidding me.
This ball is crushed. Forget it. Long gone. Home run. So that's his first home run in the big leagues.
First Major League home run, and I'm glad that that graphic shows because it also shows the first Major League home run ever by a female player in the Major Leagues. Coach Ekman cheers her on. As we know, he's been a little harsh on his daughter, Kimmy Ekman, who's on this team, the backup catcher. He's cheering for the starting catcher there, Keisha Phillips, the first ever female homering in Major League Baseball. This is historic. Flash Phillips. Dude, that graphic shows on the screen. That's so awesome, James. And the team giving Keisha the cold shoulder, they're just playing with her, though, man. Huge congrats to Keisha Phillips there. After her first ever female home run, that ball definitely going into the dugout, and it's on a perfect on a hanging changeup that makes our score into double digits.
Ball inside.
Yes, you are correct, James. And, man, that emoji that you put for the chat, that's super awesome, dude. Appreciate you guys commenting and talking. And you talked about yesterday that you're not sure if you do it too much. Man, I don't think you do it enough. Gives me something to talk about, makes it fun for me. And also, the kids love it, man. They like the support. You know, they grew up with their parents and their families watching them when they were 10, 11 years old. And so they're used to that tight-knit group feeling, and we want that to continue.
Stepping up now, Tony Ledoux.
See if we can hear from Tony's bat. I know we've heard from his glove.
Fouled off. 2 out, nobody on. Hit in the air down the right field.
See if that ball's going to stay fair. Just foul.
No one will track it down. Now a shot out toward the alley.
Tony, this is what I was hoping from him. He reminds me of like a rookie Machado. Somebody like that. And if y'all remember, if you played a few years ago on MLB The Show, Rookie Machado was a doubles machine, man. He had about that 63, 64 power. And Tony Del Vecchio finding a gap there, his first double, hopefully, of many to come.
Bring him easily into second base.
In now, Stephen Morgan. Hit the other way out toward right field. Fowler has a read on it, and the inning is over.
And we're going to head to the 8th inning.
But add on one more as the solo shot stretches their lead even further. 7 complete here tonight. Now an 8-run lead at 10-2.
You're getting a look there at the first ever home run by a female player in Major League Baseball. And we're going to jump ahead to the 8th here. Colton Wong.
Out of the game to this point.
Yeah, he settled in early on the mound, partly due to the lead his guys gave him to take some of the pressure off. He's taken that and pitched very
For sure, dude.
in this one.
Hey, I also want to say, man, I'm definitely as y'all know, I'm no wizard on technology and getting the setup stuff, and the the stuff behind me's not going to be perfect, and I'm definitely not going to look perfect, and my hair sure ain't. I need a haircut. It's neat that you guys, that y'all, as I'm seeing your comment there, it's neat y'all hadn't even mentioned the fact how bad I need a haircut, but hey, that's okay. Ground ball to Pablo in the hole at short. He does have the arm strength to make the play there, but anyway. So what I was saying is, if you guys are enjoying this series, I really appreciate every one of your comments, every one of your time just hanging out, whatever. I appreciate the conversation, and the friendship makes it fun. But if you guys are enjoying it, also every time you smash that like button, anything like that, I appreciate it. Especially those of you that went through and liked every one of my videos. Man, it means a lot to me, and it keeps me motivated. I'm not, competing with YouTube standards, but it does keep me motivated. Nice, we do get under that one, Marky. To keep putting this stuff out. I'm definitely having fun with it, and I'm going to continue this either way, but I do appreciate you guys. I would say one more avenue that is an option. You definitely, none of this you don't ever have to do. You don't have to do anything. You know that. I sure ain't going to make you do it. So, is you could share this with friends that like baseball. Talk to them about it, send the link. And because
2 runs, 8 hits, and no errors so far for Redbird.
I'm not great at getting the stuff out there, and it's not the worst thing if I don't, because I like a tight-knit group that knows what we're doing and knows this team and has fun with it, and it keeps that personal aspect part of it, so kind of neat, keeps it a hidden away secret of something that we enjoy that the whole world doesn't know about. So anyway, that's my ramble there, and we step ahead to Luann Louie, the girl who has a 1,000 batting average and 1,000 on-base percentage here in her early start to her career.
Here now the 2-2. Is in there, a called strike.
Ouch.
3. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Pete Wheeler. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. 1 out, nobody on.
You can't walk Pete. Are they going to try to walk Pete again? Not try to, but he's swinging there. I'm telling y'all, Pete doesn't want to be just a leadoff hitter. He's trying to hit bombs. We tried to talk to him. Coach Ekman's been talking to him a lot, but he's been fast his whole life. He wants to start hitting bombs now that he's under the lights.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving on up where he can really hurt you.
I am a fan of Tony Del Vecchio, too.
Standing in,
And I'm a fan of this cat.
he's 2 for 4 in the ballgame.
I am a fan of this cat.
The 2-2 is swung on and missed.
Wow, didn't realize the 2-2 count there. Pablo goes down swinging.
Him on the mound for not letting that previous he wanted it, but he didn't get the call. I love how he didn't let it affect him. He comes right back with another good pitch.
No, he's safe.
And the runner back in standing.
Cardinals pitcher and first baseman can't believe Pete hadn't took off yet. I don't know why he's trying to transition into more of a power hitter.
Nope.
Pitch outside.
2 balls.
Wow, gets caught stealing there. You see the slow motion graphic.
Caught stealing to end the inning.
Yachty makes the throw.
The throw down.
That's not the first time Yachty or Molina's thrown out a would-be base runner.
Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network.
Not even Pete Wheeler can get by him, man.
Trying to pick things up where we left off. Dexter Fowler starting things for his side in the ninth as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own
Luann
stats.
Louie handed the ball here. She gave up 2 runs on a 2-out rally in the first inning, and since then, she has been spotless on the run category as she K's Dexter Fowler. And Luann Louie has now had a stolen base, first female ever to have a stolen base in the major leagues, and is looking to go complete game. She wouldn't be the first female to throw a complete game, as Angela Del Vecchio did that on our broadcast yesterday. 3-hit shutout, ground ball hitter Stephanie Morgan.
He's out.
And we're 1 out away from our second shutout from a female pitcher here on this franchise. And the kids are just starting to look over their shoulders at the fences, hoping that they get to play over there in the Weasel World Amusement Park, as Pete makes kind of a tough route to the ball there. So does Mark. You're going to see this with this young team with no fly ball indicator on here on Legend, custom sliders. We are a young team, and sometimes we're just going to, I'll let Vinny the Gooch say it. Sometimes we're just going to make some stinkeroni plays. So we don't do Luann any favors here. Just going to try to get the final out of this ball game and finish off the complete game. We're starting to see some flashes of a little bit of talent on this pitching staff in the form of Angela Del Vecchio and Luann Louie.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need a guy to go out there and battle. It doesn't have to be pretty all the time, but just good enough to get.
Nice little win there from the Melonheads to open this series. The homestand with the Cardinals. It's going to push their record at even at 2-2. Cardinals faithful can't believe it with all their tradition. They lose to a brand new team of 19-year-olds with funky walk-up songs and all kind of weird quirks and gloves and all that kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's go to Vinny the Gooch in the booth. Appreciate that, James. We'll see you, dude. We'll see you next time you pop in. We're going to jump right into Game 5 of this young season. Because we're trying to get through some games, man, and get through this season and see what kind of numbers these kids can put up, especially Pablo Sanchez. We do get a day off. We have a chance to throw Ernie Steele because it would be his 5th day. He did pitch here and then he got a day off. We could skip Jorge Garcia, who is our weakest link in our rotation. Then we get another day off coming up. So Coach Ekman has a decision here to make with what starter he's going to go with. I will say, though, you know, this team is not used to a big league schedule, 162 game schedule. So we're going to burn through these, see what kind of stats these kids can put up. And I don't want to put too much on Ernie yet. He did kind of get knocked around in his first game. And Jorge Garcia, who is been talked about as maybe the worst player on this roster, but he does give us an arm and a 5th starter. He had a really good ERA in spring training, and he only struck out 7 batters in 21 innings, so that is not a good sign. That's about 3 1/3 strikeouts per 9 innings. but he's not missing bats, but he is getting some ground outs with that slow two-seam, kind of keeping hitters off balance. So we are going to give him a run here. And we are also facing the lefty Hyun Kim from the Cardinals. So we might give Markey the day off. I do like his glove out there, though, and his arm in right field. So I think we will just run it, the lineup the way we have it, and get this game started. Let's go to the booth. Sunny day, and Vinny the Gooch as they bring in another game here on this Humongous Melonheads Backyard Baseball franchise.
It's backyard baseball time! Sunny Day here with Vinny the Gooch. Hello, Vinny. Hello, Vinny.
We are under the lights this
Sometimes Vinny plays
evening.
ball
Get you set for another
up in the commentary
edition of
booth, and sometimes he doesn't want to talk
Baseball on
much.
the Show. Coming up, we've
Hello
got
to
a
the
good
nice people,
matchup in
Vinny.
store between the
Nice.
St.
I got
Louis
a bowl of
Cardinals
potato
and
salad
the
dumped on my
Legends.
head on the way in
Jorge
here.
Garcia makes
Oh,
his much
Vinny.
anticipated
Hey.
debut.
What?
Next.
It's true. Today we'll see a close matchup between the Humongous Melonheads and the
Jorge
St.
Garcia
Louis
will be on
Cardinals.
the bump for
You
game
know,
two of
Sonny,
the series.
I love
And
the
Zach,
baseball.
what do you got?
In fact,
Well,
I
Matt, the
wrote a
first
book
thing we're
about
gonna
it.
find out
It's
is how
called
well this guy
I
pitches
Watch
for
the
little
Baseball
sleep.
by
I can't
Vinny the
imagine knowing
Gooch.
that you're going to be the
Available
next day
at
starting
fine
pitcher the
bookstores
night before.
everywhere.
This is a young guy making
So
his
let's
first
head
start.
to the
Listen,
field.
you can only make
I'm
your
with Sonny.
debut one time, so
Vinny's
hard
always
to
acting a
see
fool,
what's
man.
going
He's
on
going to
in
get a
this
start
ball.
here as Colton Wong steps into the batter's box.
And pitch well in his debut.
Ground ball to Pablo. They're always wearing out Pablo ground balls in the first inning, and he's always proven he's ready to go. We're going to hear from our lone sponsor.
You know, Sonny, I could sure go for an ice-cold gooseberry soda right about now. Nothing beats the cool, refreshing taste of a gooseberry soda. Gooseberry soda, available at fine soda stands throughout the ballpark.
And there are the umpires assigned to this one, calling balls.
Gooseberry soda, sponsored by Vinny the Gooch himself. I don't know how management let that happen, but Pablo is going to try to get under this ball. It almost burns him. He makes the play falling down there. Must have lost that ball in the lights.
If a pitcher's pounding that zone, he wants to give a little bit off the outer edge. I'm okay with
That was wild. But Pablo Sanchez makes the play. Fly ball indicator off. We're not going to get any help on infield fly balls either. You know, head coach got to look out now, and as the booth plays the same song. That's what the coach was saying on that heater. Went right, buzzed right above the dome. Oh, that ball is crushed, and that ball's going to get out of here.
And gone. An absolute bomb.
Paul Goldschmidt catches one off Jorge Garcia. He is going to have trouble. It's expected. You look at the scouting report of the young kid against right-handed hitters. Sometimes he'll have trouble against left-handed hitters. He is not the strongest link on this team. He gives up another base hit here. But he does give them an arm, and he did a good job of battling through spring training. Going to face future Hall of Famer Yachty here, and he leaves that ball up. Yachty's not going to let him get away with it. Pete cuts it off. He is going to fall down, though. This takes his time getting the ball in. A throw from Pablo. The runner's going to score from first base. Matt Carpenter scores from first base. We hear from Vinny. He's not too happy, man, with the start of this game. Right after he shouts out his sponsor, we see a little bit of shakiness from this Melonheads team. Man, they have been up and down to start this series. Markey gets under that one. Happy to see that, and that ends a shaky top of the first inning. Roller coaster seems to be running a little faster when the Melonheads are losing. I don't know if that is just the guys running the controls over there mad when they see the scoreboard. You know, just with their anger running these carts faster over there at the amusement park here in Weasel World Park, out past right field. Or if that is just because, I don't know what it is, if that's just an illusion or what, but these kids, they might be doing it to get these kids' attention. Hey, you only get to go, you know Coach Ekman's rules, they've been that way for 10 years. You only get to go to Weasel World if you win. So, also, they might be tired from last night's victory celebration over there in Weasel World. I'll see how long the Melonheads and Coach Ekman keeps up that team rule that they get to go to the amusement park after the game if they win. Pete may have chased ball 4 there.
Thomas has it for route number 1.
1 away.
So stepping in, Pablo Sanchez will get to take his first cuts here.
Pablo stands in with a 1.5 OPS, 1500 OPS. We get a comment from a new cat here on the stream. Haven't seen his name yet, man. Really appreciate that. That pumps me up. And, dude, I love the comment. It makes me wonder why you haven't commented before, because that's a great comment. Distraction tactic with the roller coaster, as Pablo's here with a 3-1 count. Smokes a ball right past Kim for a base hit. You look at Pablo, he looks a little bit frustrated. And the only thing you can guess is maybe he's upset he didn't homer. He's had some good ABs as Nugget stands in. Alex the Lion. Appreciate the comment, man. Trying to keep the other team worried about the fans on the ride.
Ball 3.
This Melonheads team early on here with this Cardinal series.
No, that's a ball.
Done a good job being patient, and they're going to get another walk here. Actually, the first walk of the game, but they did get some walks yesterday as Rocker stands in. I call him Akon. Akon's going to fly out to Dexter Fowler in right field. His teammates aren't going to like that. They've been talking about Weasel World, how much fun they had last night after the victory, celebrating the win. Keisha Phillips stands in. She homered yesterday. First female ball player to ever homer in the major leagues. Yesterday she stands in here with 2 on and 2 out.
Nope, outside.
But the kid's kind of mad at Ahmed there when he gets back to the dugout because they want to go to Weasel World, and this is their chance to take the lead here in the early goings. Jump throw from Matt Carpenter. What a play. And we're going to head to second inning.
Here's Dexter Fowler now, ready for his first at-bat of his early season contest.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Line to the right side, but a foul ball. Garcia is making his debut on the mound today, as we've mentioned. His performance in this one could
nice little circle change there from Jorge. So that'll go down as his first major league strikeout. Not expected to be a big player in this series, but he did earn the 5th spot in the rotation after a great spring training.
Meanwhile here, this is going to be trouble out there in left center, as it ought to be good for extra bases. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double. To the plate now, number 33, sent on the ground out to second. Throw on to first, 2 gone. So it's back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring up Colton Wong.
Ground ball to Pablo. We are getting some ground outs from this team. That's good to see. Ooh, Colton Wong nearly beats it out. Whew, that out saves a run though, and we head to the bottom of the second inning. Let's hear from Dante Robinson's theme song because it's one of the best in the league.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and standing in is the rookie.
Got to cut it off short though because Tony Delvecchio is ready to stand into the box.
This one only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
On a big
Tony smokes that one. Perfect. Is it going to stay fair?
deep. My goodness, a long home run. And good for him. Tony the Dude has just launched his first major league home run. Hard to say
Are you
how many
serious?
he'll hit in his career, but
That ball
now,
comes in at a projected 460 feet. Coach Ekman hasn't really learned the art of not acting super impressed as a coach. That seems to be the modern thing to do these days. But Tony smokes that ball. He hit that ball out of the park.
Everybody's going to be talking about this one.
Tony Delvecchio hits that ball out of the park, and the kids do what they've done for 10 years, acting like they don't even see him, and they hop up and celebrate him. What a great graphic. But man, as Markey stands in, we got to check that out. Like here in Weasel World, it's not a huge park, doesn't hold a lot of fans, and the stadium can get a little loud sometimes though. But Tony hits this ball 460, and I'm curious to know where it goes. He hits the ball over the scoreboard, and it rolls out there towards the motel, and out there on the beachfront, ends up in the sand in the local beach. We've been talking about Tony and whether he would develop some power as he goes along, as he's already really good with the glove. Markey grounds out here. Ooh, Goldie's got to dive and make that play. Speaking of Goldie, we see how the Cardinals are situated on defense. As Yachty walks toward his position behind home plate, and Stephanie Morgan stands into the box.
Two balls, one strike.
After the Tony Delvecchio absolute monster home run over the scoreboard into the sand, onto the sand, here out past Weasel World, Melonheads still trail the Cardinals 2-1.
Well, listen, this is the much anticipated debut, and they're not making it easy for him as he's making his debut on the road, but that must tell you what the organization or what that manager feels about this young pitcher. If they feel confident enough to run him out there on the road in his debut, that tells you they really like this guy.
Jorge Garcia, are you serious, man? He had a great spring training on the mound, and now he gets a base hit in his first time up. That's surprising because Jorge not really known as a great hitter. As we're going to pull up his scouting report here, he has a 38 contact, 28 power versus righties, 41-31 versus lefties, a 17 vision, a 26 clutch, and he singles in his first AB. Man, these kids, what I love about these kids, they always want to come out and just have fun playing baseball, and you're always going to get their best.
Hey!
Ball and 2 strikes now.
Ball 2.
It's high for a ball. It's 2-2.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally
Squares up that
pop
ball,
right
gets a little bit under it. We are going to head to the third inning, and we're going to hear from our sponsor. And I'm going to let Benny the Gooch take it away for about 12 seconds as we hear from our sponsor.
Now at the plate, Tommy Edman. He popped out in his first trip.
Yeah, I don't mind him trying to drive the ball in the air, but he can't collapse the backside. That's exactly what he did in his last at bat. Look for him to stay a little taller and keep that upper half a little bit more open.
All right, we are back. Had to get that baby set up. And we are ready to go here on the Humongous Melonheads new Backyard Baseball franchise series. As you see, Nugget over there talking with the umpire. We had a short delay on the field.
Hit in the air out to right. Number 20.
This team has done a really good job learning to judge fly balls here. They're not used to big league stadiums. Stadium was just built for the Humongous Melonheads and their existence here. They needed a bigger stadium to play in after their national championship. Pablo Sanchez, I usually try to, oh, Stephanie Morgan can't quite get there. Markey tries to cut this ball off. The ball's going to roll to the wall. Pete gets there in a hurry, holds him to a double.
And he'll pull into second with one away.
But I appreciate you guys just at random times in the stream, so I like to not withhold any value as much as I can as we move along. Nice slurve there from Jorge to Keisha. And that's the second out of the inning. But so the kids, after their national championship, will we get a base hit here? See if they send the runner. They do. Pete's throw home.
Right there.
Out.
Great throw. Cards lead one. They lead it 2-1.
What a throw from Pete Wheeler.
We got time.
Step out of the box and
We get a courtesy step out there from Pablo. They're not going to let us check that. Yes, they are. We're going to go to the booth in order to see the replay of Pete Wheeler throwing out Paul Goldschmidt at home. He's not known for an incredible arm, but he does have a good arm. Throw here to Keisha Phillips, and she makes a great tag. I really thought the runner was safe here, but if we go to replay, I don't know if they got that one right. We didn't get a review from the Cardinals. I think there was too much dust. Maybe the umpire played backyard baseball growing up and was a fan of Pete Wheeler and always used to get him in batting first. I'm not sure, but appeared to be safe. The umpire calls him out. Hey, home field advantage here in Weasel World, and Pablo Sanchez starts off the third inning. That ball not quite going to carry. Man, the fans here in Weasel World get excited every time Pablo hits the ball. Anytime he hits a fly ball, the fans seem to think that that ball is gone. Here's another guy that has power but has struggled so far. We did see him get a walk. Let's see if that helps him get going. Crushes that ball. Dexter Fowler's just going to turn and watch it. And Mikey Thomas with his first career home run. It goes 431 feet, and it is off a lefty. So that's a good sign. Our big lefty in the 3 spot makes a showing here. And I'm already curious to see how long as we get a good look at the roller coaster there. See, it's going slower. Why is the roller coaster going slower? I'm telling y'all, that roller coaster, see, it was going fast. And as soon as Mikey homers, the ball goes slower. Either way, the fans erupt. Y'all know the tradition here with the Melonheads. Mikey's like, come on, man, it's my first career home run. And y'all just going to play with me like that? Hey! Carlos with a great comment here on the stream about Pablo's at bat. He says he just missed it. I hear you, dude. Ahmed Akon steps in. Ahmed Khan looks silly, and Flash Phillips stands in. Yes, y'all know it, the first female ever, the only female ever, as of now, with a home run in the major leagues. And that's going to end the third inning. Mikey Thomas homers. His first ever home run. You see him acting goofy on that graphic. He does pimp that home run. We're going to have to check out his animation. They didn't get a good look at it because they were just wanting to see if that ball's going to hit the Ferris wheel, concession stand, hit the ocean. It just hits the opponent's bullpen, but that'll do it. We are going to take a look here and see Mikey Thomas when he hits a home run and he knows it's gone. Let's see what it looks like, man. So I'm going to run his theme song and let us kind of see what happened here on this Mikey Thomas 431-foot home run. So we see the little, he's prone to do this. He has such a big swing. Kind of reminds me of a Prince fielder, that he finishes the swing with the ball going around his head. And then these kids forget, you know, it's not Little League anymore. You can't carry the bat to first base. But Mikey goes ahead and he doesn't like to run fast. So he likes hitting home runs because you don't have to run fast. As we pick up here in the fourth inning. Jorge's done a good job of locating pitches. Marky's done a good job of catching pitches that get hit to right field. One away, and in steps Dexter Fowler. Ground ball to Stephanie. She's going to make quick work of it. And Carlos, yes, Pablo did just miss that one, man. I'm hoping that Pablo, and more specifically me, hoping I start to piece together here on Legend. We're barely missing some of these balls that might get out on Hall of Fame. Pablo's still off to a really good start, but I'm wondering what his potential is if we start catching some of those instead of barely missing them. Tony Del Vecchio, Marky Dubois, and Stephanie Morgan do up. Tony Del Vecchio standing in now. We've gotten some neat animations, and we had that delay earlier in the game. Coach Ekman wanted to ask the umpire a question. Mikey ended up talking to him. Not sure what it was about, but that's the reason it's only in the fourth inning, and we are already here full on nighttime. The sun has set here in Weasel World Park, and you see that beautiful red and blue Ferris wheel with the Melonheads purple also bleeding through. They added that when the park was created. Tony going to knock this ball the other way for a base hit. Hopefully we can take the lead here in the fourth and that roller coaster can get even slower. Tony makes that symbol of Ahmed and Amir's band, the antler symbol. We're not sure what the name of the band is just yet. Hopefully we will have that for y'all soon on this broadcast. We do need to get that information.
Other way down the left field line, and this will wind up a foul ball. The next 3-2.
Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to go a little bit further outside the zone. 3 foul balls in a row. He wants to get a swing.
Marky smokes that ball.
A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
No outs. With no outs, we don't want to be quite as aggressive as, say, there was 2 outs there. We might go ahead and send them. Marky catches all of that ball, though.
Great chance now with 2 runners in scoring position.
To the plate now, Stephen Morgan. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Fowler will make the play.
We're going to get a play at the plate here. Stephanie Morgan prides herself with clutch hitting. She doesn't get a base hit there. It's not going to help her on base percentage, not going to help her slugging, not going to help her average. But it does help this team, and that's what we like to see here. That's the type of character and identity that this team has as Stephanie steps into the dugout. And Jorge Garcia stands in here. Normally we wouldn't like his chances to get this runner home from third base, but he did single, and he has a 1,000 batting average so far. He's going to do his job and get the runner home. We will take that from Jorge. Hip, hip. Jorge! And he gets a runner home there. And the Melonheads take a 4-2 lead in those roller coasters out there in right field. I'm happy to hear that for the kids over there on those roller coasters because you know that operator control guy out there is going to slow down that roller coaster. Oh, I heard that, Alex. Alex the Lion tweets in this live broadcast. We see trending on Twitter, started by Alex the Lion, trending on Twitter. We see it come in right here live. Alex the Lion says, as Pete Wheeler strikes out. He says, Stephanie said when she got back to the dugout, y'all know me, stats don't matter. She just wants to ride the Ferris wheel. She wants to win this game. She does what she can to make this team win. A lot of big leaguers say that. These kids actually do, because they know if they win, they get to go to the Weasel World Amusement Park. I've never been. I've heard it's the most amazing place, though. This ball's going to drop in front of Ahmed.
So there'll be a man aboard here to start out their half of the fifth.
Colton Wong stands in here for his third at bat of the day. He is 0 for 2. That ball nearly hits Jorge. The Cardinals bounce back and get 2 runners on to start this inning.
Right by his head. I think he probably heard it go by, guys. That's pretty unsettling for a pitcher. Trust me, I know.
Into the box, Tommy Edman. He's looking to make something happen here.
In steps Tommy Edman.
Well, early in the count, expect him to look for a ball to drive.
Going to look to lay down a sacrifice bunt. Ball goes to Tony. You'll see what he's going to do. Oh, he makes a jump throw to second base. I'm telling y'all, Tony Del Vecchio has some really neat animations in the field. Really nice play, and gets the runner out at second base. Paul Goldschmidt steps in a big spot after homering already in this game. He is 2 for 2. Nicely placed changeup there from Jorge. He's a little bit nervous, as you could see the sweat pouring from his forehead here, having to face Goldschmidt again. Oh, he wanted that call. He's like, what else can I do? Come on, Blue. Goldschmidt crushes that one. Oh, nice play from Pablo to Stephanie. Can they get out of it?
Oh. First, it's a double play.
They can. Nice play there as we see the graphic. Stephanie with really good footwork. She learned from her dad, who did play in the minor leagues. This team just keeps impressing me. And speaking of impressing, here's Pablo Sanchez. Ooh, that ball comes up and in. I'm not sure what was going on. Pablo says something to him. I'm not sure what he said. Can we have that information on what he said? We do have a microphone down there on the field. You know, we go to that now to figure out what Pablo said after that up and in pitch. Wow, that's hilarious. So that's true to Pablo's character. He's just kind of happy-go-lucky kid, and he just says, "Hello, I'm Pablo." What a catch! You got to be kidding me! What a catch by Tyler O'Neill out there in left field. That's remarkable. He steals a potential double from the secret weapon there. And this is also beginning to kind of shape up as a possible rivalry. We get the young pitcher Kim from the Cardinals throwing up and in at Pablo. He steps out of the box. We do get the audio clip from what Pablo said. He stepped out and said, "Hey, you're going to know my name." He did it in a funny, goofy way. Happy-go-lucky like he always does. But he just says, "Hey, my name's Pablo. Nice to meet you." And right after that, Pablo crushes one like we all sensed he would. And Tyler O'Neill with an incredible catch. Dexter Fowler makes a nice catch here. And we're going to head to the 6th inning. After the 2-run bomb to Goldschmidt, Jorge Garcia has done a really good job here tonight. That talk about Weasel World really has kicked some energy into this team. Jorge Garcia starting the 6th inning. That is a really good sign for this team. We want to see them get deep in the game and get to turn the ball over to their bullpen cats. As of now, on the Melonheads official Twitter, their lineup, their pitching staff says, is Pablo with a jump throw. You got to be kidding me. Mikey scoops it. No way. With Tyler O'Neill on deck, Yadier Molina with his 0 speed on this game hits a ground ball to the 3rd baseman. This ball is just as much, probably more Tony Del Vecchio's ball as it is Pablo's, but because Tony's hugging the line, he lays out and can't get there, and the average fan of this team, the average baseball fan would look away, reach for their popcorn, reach for their hot dog, start to talk about stats from the 1920s, but not you guys. The Melonheads faithful know that just because Del Vecchio can't get there, they know it's time to perk up and see if the secret weapon might make an entrance. Look at this throw. He throws it a good 8 to 10 feet behind the infield. You have got to be kidding me, man. Pablo Sanchez throws it from deep in the hole, and he knows Yadier Molina doesn't run well at this stage in his career. MLB The Show gave him a 0 speed. I'm not sure about that, but we're happy they did right here because Pablo Sanchez, man, you have got to be kidding me. Makes the play deep in the hole, and at 19 years old, I don't even know if you can say, look at the throw. It does short hop Mikey. Super happy he makes that pick. Wow. What a play here from the secret weapon. Nice scoop from Mikey. And we get a potential look at Pablo Sanchez. We talked about his ability to read the ball off the bat because of his instincts. An incredible play here. I don't think Derek Jeter, definitely not at 19 years old, just in his 5th game of his major league career, you're seeing what the hype is all about his debut. Pablo Sanchez, as we're just going to run this clip and let you see this play. This is the 3rd baseman's ball. Del Vecchio hugging the line over there, and he's going to get the runner at first. This is remarkable. Just absolutely remarkable. We're going to take one more look at it from this angle. He is so deep on this throw. Looks as if he's posing for the camera. He's literally looking at the camera. He's not even looking at first base. This kid is special. And I'm interested to see how this kid's career is going to play out. What a strong throw. He throws a seed to first base, short hops it, but gives Mikey a chance, and he makes the play. Pablo Sanchez, we just get to see more and more of this kid as his career plays out. And you see the look on his face. I mean, it's just what he does. Look at him. He's like, yeah, you know it. So let's go to Pablo now.
Hola, soy Pablo.
Hello, my name is Pablo. That's all you usually get in the press conference from him. Every now and then you'll hear him saying adios baseball. Speaking of adios baseball, this ball is crushed.
And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning.
What is it with Pablo Sanchez and Tyler O'Neill? The very next pitch, Tyler O'Neill homers. There is an ongoing rivalry here. Both youngsters for these organizations showing one another what they can do, trying to put their team back on top. Stephanie bobbles the ball. And, man, the Melonheads are learning just about them. They're in the big leagues now. This is a good Cardinals team. Definitely a veteran Cardinals team with some experience like every Cardinals team usually is. It does go as an error as we get the score coming in. Fly ball. Oh, Pablo's going to drop this one. Pete comes in. Luckily, he was able to pick that up. Carlos calls it though. Calls the error on Stephanie Morgan. That's going to go as an error on Pablo. He's not a perfect fielder. He's 19 years old. We do see flashes of greatness. Then we're going to see some mistakes from this team. They're not used to the big stadium lights. They just built this stadium for the Melonheads. Pablo just can't quite get under it with no fly ball indicator on. I've never seen that animation. Carlos, earlier in the stream, dude, maybe 30 minutes ago, he made that animation and he made the catch. It was pretty remarkable. So I got under it again. I'm learning. I've got to trust it more. I'll read where I think the fly ball's going, and I get kind of nervous, and I move up and hope they'll lock into that animation. And it's kind of costing me. But I can't believe Pablo didn't come up with it. He did everything he could. I just put him in a bad spot. Yeah, we get all kind of neat animations. But Pablo, as you can tell by his face, he can't really find the ball in the lights here. You can see he kind of has a sort of a stressed out look on his face here. He's talking, you know, saying, where is it? Where is it? And then Pete, anyway, so Pablo's not happy about that. And luckily the tying run does stay on third. Let's see if Jorge can get out of it. We're actually going to go to, because we do see quick counts on anyway. So we'll just say that we went ahead and did go to Kenny Kawaguchi, and then the count became 2-2 because we do have quick counts on. Coach Ekman going to walk out. Good day for Jorge, as you see him there clapping. He's proud of the young kid. And Jorge is, I think, one of the oldest players on this team. Battled here today. Let's see if Kenny Kawaguchi, the former kid in a wheelchair, as we know his great story, his legs working just fine now. By the time he was 14 years old, he was able to walk. And been working out since to be a member of this team. Coach Ekman hands him the ball here. Let's see if he can get us out of this jam as we hear Kenny's music coming up here.
Runners at the corners, 2 men out.
Top of the 60s facing Andrew Nizer. Ground ball up the middle. Pablo's going to get there. Spin throw. Not quite going to make the play. I wonder if he could have made the play if he would have went to first. Carlos, what do you think, man? Should we have went to first on that play? I mean, I didn't realize it was 71 speed guy on first. Pinch hitter for the Cardinals has a 33 speed. Pablo makes the play up the middle. I was afraid it was a little too deep to go to first. Probably should have went to first base, but the guy got a great jump from first base. I think he could have made the throw to first. But so a little bit shaky here, and it's not going to go as an error. It is going to go as a base hit and an RBI, but I do think Pablo could have made that play. Just a great jump from the guy. Mikey's not going to get there. Pitcher's going to have to cover. Kenny showing how well his legs work. Everything's going just fine there for Kenny. He covers first base, and they do get out of the inning, but not without some entertainment for sure. We go to the middle of the 6th inning. We see Carlos Valdez weigh in here live on stream. He says he does think Pablo should have went to first in that situation. 19 years old, he has flashes of greatness. He's not used to big leaguers, though, on the base pass. Didn't realize that that cat was that fast on first base. I agree, Carlos. This looks like it's going to set up for a close finish here in Weasel World. Bottom of the 6th, tie ball game.
That's out.
Let's see who's going to step up here for the Melonheads.
Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at-bat going. Here now the 2-2. Hard on the ground.
Del Vecchio, another perfect here as he's starting to get his bat going. He's warming up a little bit. This team is showing flashes of greatness, and then they follow it up with some bonehead plays, just like a young team does with flashes of potential. They show how good they can be, and then they make some bonehead mistakes sometimes. And we're going to hear from Marky Dubois. Smokes that ball. Colton Wong with a nice play, nice glove flip. Nice pick from Paul Goldschmidt, and the Cardinals get out of the inning. And we head to the top of the 7th, still tied.
Seventh inning ready to roll. And coming forward now is the shortstop, Tommy Edman.
Kenny K still on the mound here in this inning. Fly ball to Ahmed. Players have had trouble. Oh, wow, he just absolutely misses that one. Another error by these young kids. None of them, other than Tony, maybe Stephanie, and of course Pablo, were considered big league ready. But you know the backstory. Pablo vouched for this team to get them to go ahead and play in the majors. But we see another error there.
And the willingness to get dirty and beat the throw to third. Man, that was a fun play to watch.
This is situation.
A swing and a drive sent out.
We have been working with special fielding coach. Oh, wow, as Paul Goldschmidt hits another home run. You hate to see Kenny upset. And man, I know we've been working with a special fielding coach, Carlos Valdez, that we brought in here with the Humongous organization. Carlos is not going to be happy after that Ahmed Khan error leads to a 2-run bomb. And we are now down 2 runs in the 8th inning. We're going to have a mound visit. Speaking of, we do have a new pitching coach, John Smith, who is Jocinda Smith's dad. You see him out there now. He volunteered to come help out on this team. He saw Coach Ekman. He is also the dad of a girl trying to make it in the big leagues. And Keisha and Jocinda, best friends. You see them talking there. But he's going to come out and talk to Kenny. Let's see if the Melonheads can still salvage a possible night at Weasel World if they win this game.
Hey, the bullpen needs to step up in this situation.
This team just late in games has not been clutch.
Way more than this.
Ahmed makes that play, thankfully, for the first out of the inning. That hurts. Now we've got 3 innings left to see if we can come back and get those runs back. These kids really wanted another night at Weasel World, back to back. In steps Tyler O'Neill. He has homered in this game. Shot at Pablo. Him and Pablo have kind of been going back and forth all night. Oh, he's going to try to take second base. Pablo on the throw. Tyler O'Neill kind of sticking it to Pablo Sanchez right there, saying, hey man, this is a big leagues. It's go time. I'm ready to play. Possible rivalry starting here between the Cardinals and the Melonheads. And, oh no, now this ball is hit hard.
Looking up is the right fielder to the track, to the wall.
Markey can't make the play, and Dexter Fowler now making it a 4-run lead for the St. Louis Cardinals. Coach Ekman not going to be happy. Also, Coach Ekman might have to talk to the front office after this game because this does not look good on the coach. Ground ball to Stephanie. She makes a nice little backhand here. We are going to get out of the inning, but not before the damage is done.
So 4 runs in the inning, and they come on the strength of the 2 big flies. We'll move on now to the bottom half of the 7th. Get up and stretch.
Not before the damage is done, and we head to the bottom of the 7th. Melonheads trail by 4.
Doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. It's time to get
Stephanie Morgan doing her job. She's a high IQ player. She just wants to help this team win. She draws a walk. That'll set us up for a pinch hit situation. Coach Ekman looks over his daughter and goes with Jocinda Smith here. We also get a special guest. We talked about Carlos Valdez We brought him on as a special fielding coach for this team. He's been trying to help this team get ready for the big leagues, transition from the minor leagues and from their fall league, and as they progress from little league. Carlos Valdez says you need to get O'Neill out at second there. You cannot let a team like this get the extra outs. They definitely made us pay for it. If we don't just lackadaisically throw it into Pablo and let him pick up the extra base, if we can throw him out there, I think this game is still tied, right? So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, Carlos weigh in more and more as we move along and see the progression of this team in the field. Pete Wheeler hits the ball there, and just like that, we now have a situation where Pablo Sanchez is potentially the tie-in run. And he's coming to the plate now. Bases are loaded, no outs, a little rally starting. Get your rally hats ready. Rally potentially starting here in the 7th inning with Pablo Sanchez due up next. We're going to see Cardinals manager come out and bring in John Brebbia. Pablo a little antsy here, trying to make up for that error in the field. And he's now down in a 1-2 hole here against Brebbia.
Now a swing and a fly ball. And it's a foul ball.
Gets a slider. Hopefully that's not going to be a double play. Pablo beats it out, so it will go as an RBI. Better than a strikeout. Almost a double play. It's not counted as an RBI. If it goes as a double play, Pablo beats it out, so he does get the RBI. Mikey Thomas stands in now as the potential tying run in this game. Brebbia with a little bit of an unorthodox delivery. It's a tough pitcher to hit off of here late in the game. Mikey chases that changeup, but is able to stay alive.
Nope,
Pablo takes off for second base. Yachty throws that ball high. Pablo's still second. You do not want to make an out there, so it's a little bit risky, but I guess he knew he could make it.
And it sailed on him. That usually happens when you try to rush yourself a little too much.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
That ball's above the letters. Mikey takes it. It's going to run the count full with Ahmed Khan, cleanup hitter, on deck. Mikey's going to watch it, showing some patience here, and that brings up Ahmed Khan. Over there talking to his band members, talking to his little brother, really hoping that he can hit a ball hard here. This is a big spot. Let's go to Vinny the Gooch.
They really need a hit here, Sonny.
I hear you, Vinny, and I agree. Ahmed smokes one. That ball is deep. It's at the track. Is it going to... It's gone. Ahmed Khan gives the Melonheads the lead here in the 7th inning. Just like that, this rivalry is now budded even more. Ahmed Khan catches a low changeup from John Brebbia and smokes it. Unbelievable as you see Mikey taking his time around second base. These kids are showing some fight now, and they might be progressing a little bit, making up for some mistakes, getting good at bats here late in the game. Keisha Phillips now is going to find a gap.
That's going to be trouble. Through first and hustling for second. And he'll reach second now with one away. Well, you can see
what a home run from Ahmed Khan. What an inning from this Melonheads team. Instead of getting down on themselves, they really want to go to Weasel World after this game. And now we see Tony Del Vecchio stand in. He's 3 for 3. You also wonder, you know, this game's already 9-8. You wonder what the Melonheads are going to do here, they do have Josh Hader and Amir Khan in the bullpen, and they've got 2 innings remaining. They do have Khan. They want to give him the first chance to be their closer here. But we're going to see how the Cardinals lineup is coming up. You know, lefty, righty, wise. Right, left, switch, right, left. I think that they might go Josh Hader here for the 8th inning. And, of course, he did a good job last game. And he just had that error from Pete Wheeler. So, you know, the fielders are really nervous in this game, late in the game. They really want to win this game.
The count is 1-2.
They say Tony Chase there. Afraid of that 98-mile-per-hour fastball from Alex Reyes. Young righty throws hard.
2-2 the count.
I like the call, Carlos. Figured you might say that, man. Carlos says go with Hader. 96 at the knees. Strikes out Tony Del Vecchio.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Jeez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
Count is full. 97, 98 from Alex Reyes, but Markey hits it. Gets good timing. He's going to fly out. We're going to jump to Ahmed Khan, though. His home run gives the Melonheads the lead. And what's interesting is after his grand slam, not home run, his grand slam gives the Melonheads the lead. And now the closer for this team is his little brother, Amir. So Hader's going to come in the 8th. Amir, we will probably see in the 9th. If Josh Hader can keep this game at the same score it is now, 9-8, and get this lead to the 9th inning. Markey over there talking to some fans. Filthy slider from Josh Hader. See if he can get this game to the 9th inning and get it to Ahmed's little brother Amir. See if they can close the door on a game that has been wild, to say the least. Hader gets a swing through on that back foot slider. Hader against Bader right here on this matchup. Harrison Bader for the Cardinals. Harrison Bader really putting up a fight here. Both these teams want to win. This is fastball down the middle on 3-2, and just like that, Harrison Bader takes Josh Hader deep. So funny. The star of this team, especially for the pitching staff, was Josh Hader coming in. We still know what he's capable of, but he's a little out of sorts in this new stadium. He doesn't have his same team. He's kind of off to a slow start here, and just like that, the grand slam from Ahmed Khan won't be a game winner. Hader bounces back and gets a strikeout there. Unbelievable game so far, and we are now tied here in the 8th inning. Both these teams have just battled back and forth, back and forth. What a crazy game here in Game 5 of this franchise. The Melonheads 2-2 on the season. And Paul Goldschmidt steps in with 2 home runs and a double already in this game. Now this ball is smoked. It's going to get to the wall. Runner's going to score from first. And the Cardinals now take the lead on Paul Goldschmidt's 4th extra base hit of this game. Man, you just feel for the Melonheads right now. After losing on opening day, and the way this game has gone, as this ball is smoked from Matt Carpenter, and that ball gets out off Josh Hader. Unbelievable. Of all of these young kids on this team, it's Josh Hader that has struggled late in the game so far. On opening day, of course, it was because of a Pete Wheeler error. But today, he's just been getting knocked around by this Cardinals team that does hit lefties well. They've got so many righties in their bullpen. Little bit of bad luck, but this team could be playing better in the field here on Legend difficulty with no fly ball indicator on. Now Tony can't make the play, and this ball goes to the... It's going to be cut off by Ahmed Khan. This team is down by 3. This could be a devastating blow to this Melonheads team. They have shown such a sign of greatness, and then they just... the wheels fall off. They're a young team. Markey, does he make the catch? We're going to have to do some more work with special fielding coach Carlos Valdez that we brought in. We will be doing that in between games. And as Hader gets a strikeout here, and we're going to the 8th. And we're going to take a short break. But the Melonheads, man, due up in this 8th inning, are now down by 3. And let's see if they can battle back again. Right here, after a word from our sponsor, Andrew Miller comes in. He's going to warm up. We're going to hear a word from our sponsor, and then we're going to kick off this 8th inning and see if the Melonheads can bounce back and take back this lead.
You know, Sonny, I could sure go for an ice-cold gooseberry soda right about now. Nothing beats the cool, refreshing taste of a gooseberry soda. Gooseberry soda, available at fine soda stands throughout the ballpark.
We got to figure out a pinch hitter for Josh Hader after Stephanie Morgan. Hopefully she finds a way on base. Be interesting to see who the Melonheads go to as Stephanie Morgan stands in now. Good timing, just misses it. We need somebody who can get on base. We're going to go to the short. Reese Worthington. See if he can't find a way on. Get us a base runner here against Andrew Miller after a just crushing blow on the top of the 8th.
But it's a called strike. 2-2 now. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there.
Count full.
3 balls and 2 strikes.
It'd be great right
If Reese can find a way on, we have the top of the lineup due up.
You got the leadoff hitter on deck, and you know the middle of the order's coming up right behind him.
Swing
Ouch.
and a miss for route number 2, and a ball he had no chance of making contact with.
Reese works the count full, and then he chases ball 4.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
You just cannot chase ball 4 there. That's on the coach. That's coach's fault. We got to talk to Coach Ekman there after the game. The Melonheads can't find a way to battle back in this game. This is not looking good on the coach. Players had some big moments, but I think that this game...
3-2.
Ooh, as that ball nearly rings up Pete Wheeler. Should have. Gets a lucky call there. But I think this game might be on the coach.
Nope. Ball 4.
Another lucky call there. Pete lets it go. And we do have a base runner here with Pablo Sanchez stepping into the plate. Maybe the Melonheads can get 1 or 2 runs back here in the 8th inning.
Good luck trying to stop him.
Coming to the plate now, Pablo Sanchez. Man at first after the 2-out walk. Here's the 1-1. Good deception on the slider.
1 ball,
there.
2 strikes.
Looking for first pitch slider. You've seen us been the way to get Pablo out so far. Don't give him anything to hit first pitch.
A swing and a miss.
High slider, Pablo K's, and we head to the 9th inning.
Will do it.
Somebody gotta do some vitamin K.
Will try to get his club a little ninth inning insurance as he'll grab a bat to pinch hit, leading things off here. Brett Anderson enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Back up the middle. This will make its way into center field for a base hit, and the leadoff man's fourth now to open the 9th.
Great job right there to get a lead off.
This one's shaping up to be a heartbreaker for the Melonheads. I want to see what kind of difference this makes for this team. I want to see how they're going to come out and respond to this game. Some super exciting moments. Ground ball to Tony there. Makes a jump throw. They get 2 with a fast runner at the plate. They still are able to turn a double play there. Nice play from Tony Del Vecchio there. So we see flashes of greatness, but on legend settings with the sliders the way they have it. No fly ball indicator. We have got to figure this out. Start playing better. Now this ball burns Ahmed Khan. So this team just really struggling in the field. They're a young team. Be interested as this season keeps moving forward to see if they can improve, start to work on some things. Because it's the major leagues. We're not getting any better. We're going to be playing multiple seasons. We're hoping this team will start to put it together and improve a little bit, work out the kinks as we head to the 9th inning. Mikey Thomas due up for the Melonheads.
Mikey Thomas will slide in again, and before he takes his cut here, let's flash it back to the 3rd inning. That was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this.
Giovanni Gallegos, a very good reliever here for the Cardinals.
Did a good job to
Filthy changeup. Also works that fastball and the slider. Melonheads have their work cut out here for them, and they are 9 batters away from Pablo Sanchez, who struck out to end the 8th inning. Mikey checks his swing here, doesn't go, and we've got a base runner to start the 9th. Good job by Mikey Thomas. Takes his 3rd walk of the game, and in steps Ahmed Khan.
Full count.
That ball nearly locks up Ahmed Khan. Big pitch here.
The potential tying run here waits on deck. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right.
Gallegos throws it right by him.
Execution on that pitch. Spotted it nicely down around the bottom of the zone. And when you do that, especially with 2
Great spot there from a really good relief pitcher, Giovanni Gallegos.
swings and misses down there.
Into the box. Flash.
This Melonheads team is just all out of sorts. You can tell this loss got to them. Had some trouble in the field, and it cost them. Josh Hader.
Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. One there.
He's out.
And nearly.
Keisha running hard, beats out that double play. I'm glad. That would have been just brutal to lose the game in that way. Tony steps to the plate.
Comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out.
And the air just seems to have gone out of this Humongous Melonheads team. I'm interested to see how they're going to bounce back. We will be running one more game on this stream. That ball's going to get through. Keisha's going to go to 3rd. Tony will stay at 1st here. And it will at least bring the tying run to the plate. So technically the Melonheads do have a chance. And it's in the form of Marky Dubois. That ball is low. Tough spot here for Marky. Ground ball down the middle. Good timing. But it goes as a ground ball to the shortstop. And the Cardinals get out of this by far the craziest game we have had in the short existence of the Melonheads. We're going to run one more game. Man, I'm really just interested to see how we're going to bounce back after that loss, because this loss really hurt. We got some things to work on, and we're going to jump right into this next game, and we got to figure it out, because that one hurt. We're not making the settings and sliders any easier. We got them extremely difficult for a reason. They're a young team. They're not used to the big leagues. They weren't even supposed to be in the big leagues. We're going to face Jack Flaherty, who had a good start on opening day for the Cardinals on this franchise. Really filthy pitcher. And we're throwing funny bones Ernie Steele. We could use Ernie Steele, a good start from the 6'8" starting pitcher for us in this game.
Ernie Steele's gonna give it all he's got.
So we will see an appearance from Ernie Steele in this game. See if the Melonheads can bounce back. They are 2-3 on the season. There's been a lot of doubt surrounding this team, wondering if these kids, other than Pablo Sanchez, are ready to play in the major leagues. A lot of people didn't think so. Y'all know the backstory. Y'all know why they're here. Pablo vouched for them. That was a tough loss. We're going to bounce back here and see if the Melonheads can put together a better performance.
It's backyard baseball time! Sunny Day here with Vinny the Goat. Say hello, Vinny. Hello, Vinny.
Ernie Steele will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. What's your take on it, Dan?
It's not an easy thing to do to pitch as a rookie, but one of the things you have to do is use the positives.
6'8" starter Ernie Steele on the mound for us today. We need a good start from him. He came in as our ace, struggled on opening day. Colton Wong steps in, and the Melonheads are going to get right into it. Couldn't wait to play. Didn't go to Weasel World last night because they didn't win. And the locker room was quiet after the game. It's time to get back out there and see if they can get back in the win column and solve some problems they've shown on defense.
Next to bat for St. Louis, Tommy Edman, swinging it well in the series so far at a 4-for-10 clip. High in the air out to center field. Wheeler is there.
It's a good start with Pete Wheeler under that one. And we're going to go to the broadcast booth with Sunny Day and Vinny the Gooch.
And that brings up
Time once again for a backyard baseball. This is Sunny Day and my pal Vinny the Gooch with a hearty hi-ho to ya. Wait a minute. The Gooch does not, under any circumstances, say hi-ho. Sunny Day might be saying hi-ho, but the Gooch just says yo.
Ernie Steele with a little trouble there in the field. He is our best fielding pitcher, but he makes the play luckily, and we have a spotless first inning. And now Jack Flaherty, who has a .88 whip, takes the mound in this day game against the Melonheads. Pete Wheeler due up first for the home team.
There's nothing he'd like to do more than to get number 2 in this one here.
Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. The 2-2. High and deep down the left
Pete
field
smokes
line.
this ball down the line. Just goes foul, nearly hits the sandbox out there here at Weasel World Park.
Not where
Full
he wanted
count,
that
3-2.
fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now. Pablo Sanchez will be next. Early swing there as he pulls it foul to the right side.
Pete putting up a good first AB here against Jack Flaherty. Still fighting off chase ball 4 there, though. Another foul ball. It's a big time at bat. Making him throw a lot of pitches.
Right here is what makes the game great.
Ground ball sent back up the middle.
Colton Wong, too good of a fielder not to make that play. Pete chases ball forward twice. We got to be more patient as a team. Work some better at bats. We got to be better in the field, and then we'll be fine. But you see the rundown, the lineup from the Melonheads.
Tell us about this lineup in a daytime home contest.
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself
And in steps Pablo Sanchez.
That's ball 4. Take your base.
They're just going to put him on base. They're not even going to mess with him. They want Mikey Thomas, who had a great game yesterday, 3 walks and a home run.
Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one.
High pop-up.
Good timing on that one. Just a great spot by Jack Flaherty. Gets Mikey to pop up. And in steps the would-be hero from last night if we didn't blow it. Guy who hit a grand slam to give us the lead last game, Ahmed Khan.
Nope, that's ball 4.
He draws a walk. So we do draw 2 walks here. We did want to be patient. We talked to Coach Eggman after the game and asked if, after being the coach of this team for 10 years, if the shakiness early on made him feel like he might be replaced by more of a big league option. And he said he wasn't worried either way, but as long as he had the chance to coach this team, he was going to keep trying to grow them both as people and as players. Keisha fights one off. Paul makes the play. We're going to head to the second inning. Matt Carpenter steps in, and we get another look here at Ernie Steele, the 6'8" righty. The only guy on this team, on the pitching staff, from the original Melonheads anyway, Josh Hader can definitely run it up there, that throws 95 plus. That 6'8" frame helps him, and as he says it, he likes throwing that old Ernie Steele fastball. So let's go to Ernie now. Audio clip we recorded from him before the game.
Ernie Steele's gonna give it all he's got.
Thing about this team, they're always laughing, they're always having fun. Be interesting to see if they can handle the pressure and keep being good teammates, having fun, helping this team win. Let's see if they're able to compete with the big leaguers at just 19 years old. Such a young team. Stephanie makes a diving effort, just can't quite get there. Yachty's on to start the second here in Game 6 of the season.
First 5 hitters, 5 up, 5 down. 6-hole hitter though, he must have gotten a good night's sleep.
Hanging slurve to Tyler O'Neill, and he nearly homers on that one too. Just missed it.
They were still asleep. And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Cards lead 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Stepping in, number 20, doing it well so far in this series. He's 3 for 9.
Jump ahead to a 1-2 count here for Marky Dubois against Jack Flaherty.
Swung on and missed, strike 3.
Filthy 95-mile-per-hour fastball, low and away.
Pitch for the strikeout.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting in to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Tony Del Vecchio, he had a good game last game. We'll see if he can keep the bat playing well.
In for strike 2.
Flaherty is spotting that fastball here on Legend difficulty. He's got the Melonheads on the ropes.
Hey, I admit I'm a little biased. There's nothing better than that pop of a glove.
Doesn't quite get that call. That'd have been nasty if he got that call as well.
And set up behind the plate is Kenny Jansen as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
The count is full. 3-2.
Not a very big zone.
Jocinna Smith on deck. Her dad, John Smith, just recently took over as the pitching coach of this team. Tony gets a pitch he could do something with, but just Gets under it. He flies out to Dexter Fowler. In steps Jocinda Smith. She gets the start today at second base. Stephanie Morgan been struggling a little bit. I still like what Stephanie Morgan brings to this table, though, in terms of baseball IQ and her instincts. Jocinda can provide a little bit more pop at the plate, though. As we see it there. Ooh, Tyler O'Neill gets a late jump. You see those custom settings and sliders. You're going to see some shakiness in the field sometimes from both teams. Players are going to look a lot more human than they will just automatic computer. And that's by design. Jocinda starts us off here with a double. There is 2 outs. Let's see if we can capitalize. And the pitcher is now due up, Ernie Steele.
One ball.
You don't want to see that. Pete Wheeler on deck, and he's chasing a pitch on 1-1. Wow, Ernie Steele hits it down the line. He's going to go for 2 here. He slides in safe. The big 6'8" guy slides in with a double here, an RBI double. His first major league hit, and that gives the Melonheads a 1-0 lead. Let's go to Vinny the Gooch on what just happened there.
Like I always say, it's better to score than to not score.
Vinny just sounding so smart there. Now Pete's going to get a bloop base hit. Fowler going to try to throw out Steele again at the plate. Not in time. And the Melonheads take a 2-0 lead with Pablo Sanchez now due up at the plate. Flaherty's going to get a mound visit from this coach in the second inning. We would not have guessed that.
He's going to remind this guy that they just need to make one good pitch and get this inning over with. Let's see if the talk does any good.
So now to the plate.
2-2 the count.
Pablo has just started the season patient. He's learning people are pitching around him, and he just does not want to keep walking. He's tired of people just refusing to throw him strikes.
Full count.
You can see him kind of frustrated. He still had a good start to this season, but by his standards, he wants to hit around 400 and hit a bunch of bombs always.
Full count, here it comes. Now a fastball swung on and missed.
Flaherty goes up and in. Pablo's like, okay, we're going to go down on the field and see what Pablo just said to Jack Flaherty there. We do have that ability with microphones down near home plate. Let's see what Pablo said to Flaherty there after that up and in pitch. So Pablo's like, okay, that's his way of saying, you know, hi, my name's Pablo. He's just saying, you'll hear from me again. Still makes a nice play, 1 away. Melonheads do have a 2-0 lead, but it just seems like this team has always gone as far as Pablo has gone. And when he strikes out to end an inning, it just seems like the team just is not bouncing around out there to take the field the next half inning. 2 quick ground outs here. It's a really good sign from who we thought would be our ace, Ernie Steele. Not really sure what to do with him on this team, though. We have a lot of question marks about this team. That's going to be the fun as we move forward in this season. As you've already seen on this stream, there's all kinds of ups and downs. We make some terrible plays, then we make some great plays.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now.
Alex, man, I'm not going to lie. I am glad you missed the end of the last game. No, okay, so it was insane, dude. It was insane. Yeah, we moved through games pretty fast, but Mikey just going to go ahead and throw on to Pablo at second. Colton Wong's helmet falls off, but we're going to head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It was an insane inning, dude. So, and you can click through that, you know, after this one or whenever you want to, but it was sick.
Look into Molina, now the 1-1.
Ball 2.
Mikey with a really good spot for that 2-seam. Doesn't get the call.
Right there, a big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
And it's fouled away.
Wow. Perfect there. Mikey absolutely smokes that ball. Absolutely smokes it.
Leadoff single to start the 3rd right now.
He's got so much power, especially when the ball's around the middle of the plate. Ball just sounds different off the bat when Mikey hits it. 111 exit velo as Ahmed, who also has some power, steps in.
Ball, that's out.
Pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
We got 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I feel like we're close. The Melonheads are close to putting it together as a team of 19-year-olds breaking into the MLB scene in such an unorthodox way. Ahmed's going to spray this ball to right field. Another base hit. We've got 2 on now with no outs. And after the way the last game ended and the way our fielding has been with these settings and sliders, it makes it for a lot of fun.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 6 days in a row with knocks will help you sleep better.
2 balls, 1 strike.
We're going to try and get as many insurance runs as we can, even if it's early in the game.
We got time.
Keisha steps out here.
He's got to start throwing a lot more strikes. Quality strikes would help too.
I got the count. 2 and 2.
There's a filthy slider from Jack Flaherty. One of the best pitches in the game is Jack Flaherty's slider.
He could do is probably hit that on the ground. It could be a double play ball.
Did he go?
Did she go? Get that right. It's the only female to have ever hit a home run in the major leagues as of right now is Keisha Phillips. Great play by Matt Carpenter. Wow, they end up turning that even with some speed over there out of the box in the form of Keisha Phillips. Just not a good double play there. And Marky's going to try to salvage this inning.
And he fouls this one off. The 1-2. He pulls this.
Marky smokes that ball. Not enough though, and we're going to head to the top of the 4th inning.
Leading off the inning, Paul Goldschmidt, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. And a half swing here, but this is in there.
Hanging slurve. Goldschmidt was looking for that Ernie Steele fastball.
Got him. The slurve that time.
Another right hook.
Out of the inning.
And that's going to sit down Paul Goldschmidt. That's a good sight for Melonhead fans after he has crushed us so far in this series.
They don't have an answer for it.
That's a foul ball off to the left, and it moves to 1-2. Fouled off. No runs, 2 hits.
We got through these games pretty fast, which I'm excited about.
Yanked on the ground.
Mikey lays out, doesn't quite get there.
But he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
Carpenter's going to hold up at first. We got through these games pretty quickly. Do y'all want to see a couple more games? Don't mean you have to stay for the whole stream. Y'all know you can come and go as you want. Wow. Pete misjudges it. Relay throw to third. He's safe. And here we go again. Some more bonehead plays for the Melonheads. I forget. I get used to playing on the regular settings on MLB The Show with the fly ball indicator and not having to pay attention, and I can still make the play. And I get to commentating, and I forget about having to really focus and try to guess where these fly balls are going to end up. But it makes for a really unique gameplay. And on Backyard Baseball, there's certainly errors all the time, and these kids are still 19, so they got to get used to judging a fly ball from major league hitters. But
No, that's low.
y'all think it'd be good for the stream if we kept going maybe a couple more games
Outside. Ball 4.
after this? We walk Tyler O'Neill to get to Lane Thomas. Let's see if Ernie Steele can battle around that error.
The count is 1-2.
Carpenter on third. Fowler at second. O'Neill.
97 there from Ernie when he gets the ball up. Of course, he's throwing from such a high place up on the mound.
Ball. That's inside.
He can really put some velo on that fastball.
Fastballs inside haven't put him away. So now it'll be interesting to see what he turns to.
Marky's not going to make the play. We have really got to figure this out. Throw cut off. That's going to score 2 more runs. Melonheads with more struggles in the field. This is the last game of this series, I believe, Alex.
Chance now to increase his lead.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Man, we got to figure out this fielding thing. Really struggling right now, but I'm hoping what it's going to do is it'll make us, you know, appear as if we improve throughout this series and start to get better. And I'm going to learn how to catch fly balls with no fly ball indicator on. So they're 19 years old. They're going to be making a lot of mistakes. We're going to have to find ways to still battle and then improve more and more as we go through this series. I don't want to just come out, let it be on rookie, and just homer all the time and win 20-0, you know. So, but at the same time, if we're going to do that, we have got to get it together and start making some of those plays. So we'll see, you know, with Coach Ekman and we'll have to keep putting work in and see if this 19-year-old team of a bunch of 19-year-olds, including Pablo Sanchez, can improve and start to compete and maybe even have a 500 or better record and try to make the playoffs here in our first season. Jocinda may have just hit, yes she did, hit her second double of the game in 2 at-bats. It's a good move by Coach Ekman to get her a start today.
You said it, Matty. That's 10 hits in this game between the two teams already. Gotta tell you, as a pitcher, this is a little...
And Ernie again has a single through the right side of the infield, and he moves up to second on the throw, and this Melonheads team is not going to go away. They're really struggling under the lights here in this big stadium to catch fly balls, but other than that, they're starting to put together a really good team identity and a will to fight. And you see after some mistakes, they'll come right back and start to put some runs on the board. As Pete goes down swinging. And we're going to get to see a really big spot here for the secret weapon, Pablo Sanchez. 2 on, 2 out.
He's in there.
Close play at the plate, but she is safe. Vinny, what do you make of that? What just happened? The wild pitch, barely safe.
Like I always say, it's better to score than to not score.
The set and the 2-1.
Vinny's always got such creative things to say.
2 strikes.
We're way late on that heater from Jack Flaherty. Can't believe I wasn't ready on a 2-1 pitch. 2-1 there. I got to be sitting fastball. Pablo just lets Jack Flaherty blow it right by him. 3-2 count here with 2 outs. Tie ball game. 96 up and in. Pablo a little bit more ready for that one. Still a little late. The ball's coming on Legend. What a take by Pablo there. He wanted to drive in a run, but the at-bat just kind of got away from him. Flaherty's also just filthy once he's working that 96 up and in. And then the off-speed. And that'll bring in Nugget, Mikey Thomas.
I think the idea is mostly not to let this one guy beat you, man.
Big spot here.
They really need a hit here, Sonny.
The count is 1-2.
We show flashes of greatness, patience as a team, and then we come out swinging at a pitch like that. Mikey just wanting to drive runs in. And he may have just done it. Mikey Thomas catches one on 1-2, a hanging slider.
Gone into the home bullpen for a home run.
And he parks it 426 feet away from home plate. What a knock there after Pablo Sanchez works a walk. The Melonheads needed that. We've got to figure out this fielding thing, but we're going to get moving forward here. A budding rivalry starting to kind of emerge against the Cardinals here. Ernie Still's pumped, wearing the pitching jacket. And Mikey Thomas, man, with Ahmed Khan watching him. These cats in the middle of our lineup are starting to produce. Pablo slowed down just a little bit. And what a time for Mikey Thomas and Ahmed Khan in the middle of this lineup to start producing runs. I'm so excited just to see how the rest of this game is going to play out.
At the plate, Rocket Khan.
Come on, we checked it. He said Ahmed went.
Yes, says the first base umpire. Strike 2.
His slider's so filthy.
Nope.
Plays off 2-2 now.
Good take
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a
by the
pitch like
older
that,
Khan brother
go out
right
there
there.
and throw that same pitch till he proves it can lay off.
And Ahmed finds a gap, works it the other way. This team's shown an ability to hit with runners on base, hit with 2 outs. See if we can keep it going.
Just a nice piece
Keisha
by
Phillips.
this youngster. Not only does it look like he's going to be a solid contributor, it looks like he may be an impact player at the big league level.
And now she's going to find a gap. Let's see if Tyler O'Neill will cut it off. He will. Keisha's going to hold up at first. But this run total is now at 7 here in the 4th inning. And Jack Flaherty is already at 92 pitches. Just a testament of this team executing the game plan that Coach Ekman, Kimmy's dad, put into place for this game.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Respecting Keisha Phillips' speed over there. Maybe the fastest catcher in baseball right now.
2-1 home. 2 balls and 2
You want Markey to lay off that pitch. He chases it.
2 out with the man at first.
Count now even.
Count's full.
Misses, and it's gonna
Nearly
be
gets rung up there.
3-2.
Count's going to go full. Keisha will be running on this play.
Runner on first. Lots of possible
Full 4.
outcomes.
Take your
Markey
base.
watches another low in, and we've got another base runner here. Melonheads really making Jack Flaherty's day tough. Wainwright comes out of the bullpen, and Tony Del Vecchio steps in.
And a change is in the offense. That will be all for his starter this afternoon.
Nice 2-out rally here for the Melonheads. That was a filthy,
Anything working. And this one's in
filthy slider, and Del Vecchio chases it in the dirt
danger written
on
all
2 and 1.
2 down, runners at first and second.
A little bit too antsy here.
Grounder down the line.
Gets an up and in sinker from Wainwright.
Foul ball as that keeps things at 2 and 2. Grounded down the third baseline.
Wainwright does such a good job of changing the eye level, changing the speeds. What a pitch. Cutter catches that inside corner. But we're going to check out Mikey Thomas.
5 across the plate with the big blow being his 3-run home run. Worth it 4.
Hitting it towards the Ferris wheel out there in Weasel World, the amusement park behind us. The kids are wanting to go play there after this game, and as Coach Ekman says, they can only go if they win. Let's just be honest, they blew it last game. So they got to go to Weasel World 2 nights ago, didn't get to last night. And then here today, day games, they want to win day games because that means more time at the Weasel World Amusement Park. Fly ball here to Pete. These are so tough to track. Pete gets right under it though. Maybe we're starting to grow and improve a little bit as a team on these fly balls. With no fly ball indicator, we're having to judge somehow without seeing it, these fly balls. But hopefully we're going to keep improving because I really think this team has what it takes right now. People were saying in 5 or 6 years this team might be good. But I'm telling you, if we can figure out the holes on defense and start to catch those balls that have to be caught, as Carlos said, you cannot. We brought in a fielding specialist, Carlos Valdez, and he has been teaching us you cannot give a team extra outs.
Inside, ball 2.
Not these big leaguers. Paul Goldschmidt standing in here. Guys like that are going to make you pay. If we can figure out as a ground ball to Tony here, when the ball's hit on the ground, this team's pretty good. Mikey with a nice pick. That'll end the inning. If we can get our fielding right, I think this team has the potential. Tony's such a good fielder. Joe Send over there at second. Turning 2. Throw low. Mikey with a good pick. I think this team has the potential right now, not in 5 years, this year, to do something special in their first inaugural season if they can figure it out on defense.
Ball 2.
Also good to see
Count is 2 and 1.
Ernie Steele, our projected ace on this team, putting together a better start than he did on opening day last week. Jocinda with her third double of this game. She has turned into a doubles machine. She might take over as the everyday second baseman if she keeps hitting like that. Jocinda Smith, part of the group of girls that were the first ever females to play in the MLB. And in steps Ernie Steele, the pitcher.
Count is 2-1. I got the count 2-2.
Yachty nearly back picks Jocinda Smith. Ugly swing and hemp there from Ernie. Vision so low for the pitcher, and he Ks. And that brings up Pete. He smokes that ball. It is deep. It is gone. Two-run bomb here for Pete Wheeler. I'm not sure if he had the green light with Pablo on deck and a 3, but
2 balls, 1 strike.
Up and in from Wainwright to Pablo after giving up a home run. That didn't look good. Pablo doesn't appear to like it. We hear Pablo talking to him a little bit. 2-1 count now. This might be a home run alert. Ground ball to short. Pablo almost beats it out. Nice play by the shortstop. Nice. Alex, part of the Humongous Faithful, says, after last night we could use a double-digit win. Challenges these cats. That's a cool thing about Weasel World Park is it's a lot more personal, and the players can hear these fans. And you can hear Alex behind the dugout saying, I want a double-digit win. Pete Wheeler nearly hits it out there to Weasel World Amusement Park. And these cats know they would have a long evening to ride some rides, eat some funnel cakes. And let's see though, 6-run lead is not always safe with this team because they can get a little shaky in the field.
As a hanger right there. He's lucky he's getting his baseball back.
Khan is there and he'll bring this one in. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move on. Molina digging in there. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far.
Really want to see Ernie Steele get through the 6th here. That ball's going to drop. Let's see if Mark can make the play at second. He does. So we do get fortunate there to get an out even though the ball dropped. This Cardinals team's a little bit older. They don't have a lot of team speed on the base pass. Tyler O'Neill steps in here.
Oh, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
It's not often that a Melonheads pitcher gets some extra help from this defense, but he did there. Ground ball to short. Pablo's going to take care of that play. Nice little flip there, man. It's pretty. And we head to the bottom of the innings, and the Melonheads have a 6 lead. Ahmed Khan due for the Melonheads right after this. We also don't want to let Adam Wainwright. Ahmed is all over that ball. We don't want Wainwright to come in and save this bullpen. We want to make the Cardinals get deep into their bullpen and have to throw a lot of their pitchers so that they struggle in their next series, especially after this rivalry.
Outside, that's a ball.
He's not having his best outing in this one, and I think that curveball is part of the reason why. he couldn't get on.
Keisha now smokes one. That was nearly a perfect. And we now have 2 on to start the 6th inning. Man, this franchise is fun. This team is fun to watch.
Much lower in the zone than that last one.
Marky Dubois stands in, 2 on.
We got full count.
What have you? You're looking for that thing to pop out above the ball. That's exactly what happened right there. Miss middle.
Marky smokes this one. Oh, Fowler took a weird angle on it. That ball's deep, and it is gone.
So that's his first home run in the big leagues, and it's fair to say it's a moment he'll never forget.
There's no doubt about that, Matt. People ask him 50 years from now who he hit it off.
Marky Dubois with his first Major League home run here in Game 6 of his career. And what a big spot there. Alex asks for, sitting right behind the dugout, season ticket holder Alex the Lion, as he's known around this clubhouse, says, I want a double-digit win tonight. And just like that, Marky pushes the lead to 9. Let's see if we can get it to double digits. Tony just gets under that ball. He nearly did right there.
Thomas has it for round number 1.
And Jocinda Smith steps in. She has 3 doubles already. Not too far away from finding a gap there. Dexter Fowler's going to make that play, though, for the 2nd out of the inning. And Ernie Steele steps in. He's got 2 hits, including a double from the pitcher's spot.
Largely due to the big cushion he's got to work with. Now the 1-1 pitch. Rounded to the right.
Works the ball the other way. Also, Ernie moved up to 2nd on that last at bat, and it's nice to see that it went as a double.
All set for the start.
Head to the top of the 7th, Lane Thomas. Ernie Steele starting the 7th inning for us. You want your ace to work deep into the ball game and save the bullpen, especially when you've got a 9-run lead. Let's see if he could get through 7 innings here.
Ball 3.
Doesn't get any help from the blue there. Going to throw a 3-1 slurve. Hangs it. That ball's going to find a gap. Pete's on his horse. Lays out. It was a good time, good risk to take because it was a ground rule double anyway. Pete almost makes that catch, and that's a ball that no one in this world has any business getting to from where he was positioned. So if Pete can't get there, nobody can. Ernie's going to check the runner, throw across his body. 1 away. That's a big first out. Ernie's approaching 100 pitches, so we're going to go ahead and warm up. Couple cats in the bullpen. That's going to get a run home. Pablo reaches, makes the play, throw to first in time. But a run is going to score. The lead is now to 8. I am happy to see this team playing pretty good on defense, though. We talked to Coach Ekman before the game, after last night's game, and he said that was, there was no question.
High in the air down the right field line. Right fielder giving chase.
Marky makes the play.
Corner, he makes the catch to end the inning.
Alex, yes, dude. Mr. Clanky, we'll have an appearance. He'll start the next inning, actually, to mop up role. Since you pointed that out, heck, he has 99 stamina and 99 durability. He's losing some stats right here because he's upset. He is only making 60K as a big leaguer, but he's a robot, so he's cheap. Right? That's why you have robots. But we have another first on this franchise, the first ever robot to play in the major leagues. Mr. Clanky, good catch, man. That shows that you know about backyard baseball. So we will put him in, let you get a look at his windup and all that stuff. Super happy with how he turned out. And Pete Wheeler leads us off with Pablo Sanchez on deck.
Ball 2.
Looks like John Gant on the mound for St. Louis. Brebia's fastball. Yeah. Yes, it is John Gant here in the 7th for the Cardinals.
Count is 3-1.
He can be filthy at times. Pablo batting .320 with 4 bombs. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, I was super pumped, man. I gotta tell you the story. It is Pete swinging again on 3-1. He's shown some power. So I asked who could be the 26th man on this roster to complete the team before we get started, and I do want some ideas for a couple more players, specifically pitchers. And a guy named Shane Faurier found my content, and he posted, what about Vinny the Gooch? And I said, man, so that's a great idea. I said, I don't know if we would find any information as Pablo flies out to right. I don't know if we'd find any information on Vinny the Gooch as a player, though, and I like having him as a commentator. So I was going to say Mr. Clanky, but it'd be so hard to make a robot, and I was like, challenge accepted, and he ended up, turned out incredible. It's Mikey bloops one over the second baseman. 7 speed for Mikey that was going to stay at first base. But yeah, Mr. Clanky turned out awesome. The unlockable character from Backyard Baseball. Ahmed Khan stands in here.
I got 3-2.
Great take. That's going to let something that is very unusual happen. Mikey Thomas is going to head for second base. What a fastball. Looks like a sinker. John Gant throws a 97-mile-per-hour two-seam. And let's run the sound. You know that's a special power-up on Backyard Baseball because it's a strikeout. Speaking of, here comes Mr. Clanky. There's no way we have a run-out song for reliever entry song for Mr. Clanky, is there? The robot from Backyard Baseball making his entrance, trying to help us get a double-digit win here. Mr. Clanky makes an entrance. I know you see the yellow glove. You know, on Backyard Baseball, he has that little yellow suction cup that he sucks up the baseballs with and then throws with his other hand. So we do have the yellow glove. He has kind of a mechanical, let's just say that, wind up. So yeah, super excited about Mr. Clanky. And we asked Mr. Clanky before the game, you know, what it felt like to be a part of this team. And here was his answer. We go there now. So it's the one guy on this team that's not super happy with how everything's going in the clubhouse. And he's not super sad either. He's a robot. He's emotionless. So his clutch is decent. He doesn't get nervous, but he also doesn't have that human factor and that will to win. He's just a robot. He does eat innings for us. Not literally. I know I have to specify when I'm talking about a robot. So kind of a sad day. Markey is going to get under that one. 2 away. Kind of a sad day for Major League Baseball and humans in general when a robot makes his debut in the majors. But we've agreed to only use him as a long reliever. We are going to get one more chance to hit here at home at Weasel World. I believe this is the last game of the series. If it is, I am going to cap the stream after this game. And I'm not for sure when my next stream will be. I usually will go back in the past stream and I will put it in the comments. Also, Alex, I have the fact that I made Mr. Clanky and a little bit of the story and also other background things from as Mikey checks on the audio over there and says, hey man, I'm slow, but you're even slower. I have the videos up on the playlist, so if you're interested, those are on there. And they're short videos like always. My streams are long, definitely, so we can have time, you know, to talk or whatever and figure some questions out and get some things figured out on this Melonheads franchise, storylines, etc. But yeah, one of them was the addition of Mr. Clanky. And when I do videos, they're always going to be, you know, shorter. As we head to the bottom of the 8th, should be the last chance to bat for the Melonheads. In steps Keisha Phillips.
And that'll bring in the first-year catcher, Phillips.
Kids are really excited about this home win today, bouncing back from the way we played yesterday.
Skied in the air
Keisha early on 95. That ball hit way up there.
One away.
Super excited that they get the entire evening as Markey steps in with a home run already under his belt.
We got 2 balls, 1 strike.
The kids get the entire evening and nighttime to go hang out at Weasel World Amusement Park after this game because of the win. Who knows, they might get a funnel cake or two on Coach Ekman's dime for the win. Such a big win. Markey late on that fastball. John Gann is throwing gas. You cannot be very late on a fastball on a 3-1 count. If you're going to do that, you might as well just not even swing. But that's okay. Not a bad time to do it with an 8-run lead in the 8th. Tony 0 for 4 after a really good game yesterday. John Gant throwing gas. We're good timing on it. It doesn't matter. He does a good job out of the bullpen for the Cards. And we head to the 9th. Hopefully we don't see the Melonheads bat, because that would mean that we gave up 8 runs in this 9th inning. But with fly ball indicator off completely and on legend difficulty, that's always a possibility.
Coming to the plate now, Lane Thomas starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying.
And we're actually going to go to Alex Claudio here so we don't use Mr. Clanky too much. We don't want to get in trouble with the major leagues. They're already not too happy that we have a robot.
Is out from the bullpen now as he'll be making his first appearance of this young season.
Pete Wheeler just wants to do some extra sprints as he sprints toward right center, and the Cardinals have a leadoff double in the form of Lane Thomas.
Somebody forgot to tell this guy he's a grinder and he's going to approach every at bat like it's his last.
That changeup is filthy from Alex Claudio.
Fly ball right down the line.
That ball's going to visit. Well, oh wow. Ahmed takes a terrible route. I thought that ball would carry. Claudio gets a ground out.
Got him.
Pace of play initiatives, and that's the first out.
I need some help from you guys. We still need to figure out the name of Ahmed and Amir's band.
Swinging a hard liner to short.
Pablo with a backhand.
For the second out, but meanwhile the run is
Lead cut to 7. I bet Coach Ekman still buys this team a snow cone and maybe a funnel cake after the game at Weasel World. After the victory, we see the ground out there to Jocinda Smith, who had 3 doubles in this game. She might take over as our starting second baseman for a while. And you heard it from Sunny Day. Let's hear from Vinny the Gooch.
These kids have really earned this victory. They played their hearts out and their songs. They can all go home proud of their performances today.
Gets the win on the mound, his first of the year. Jack Flaherty allowed.
Jocinda Smith, the first and only female ever to have 3 doubles in one game. We continue to just see first and see history on this broadcast. We start tomorrow with an away game against the Phillies, our first ever away game. For that reason, we will be wrapping up this stream, but let's make a short little recap. The Melonheads on this stream get a 10-2 win, a 12-9 heartbreaking loss. If you missed that one, it was bizarre. And then a 12-5 win. So far, I'm super happy with the settings and sliders and the way this team has turned out, man. We go 9-5 loss, 7-0 win, complete game shutout, 3-hitter by Angela Del Vecchio, and somehow we rock Yu Darvish on legend with solid hits turned down. And then we turn around and lose 7-3. We win 10-2, lose 12-9 in a crazy game, then win 12-5. Look at this, like, it looks like a real Major League Baseball scoreline, because you never know what's going to happen in the game of baseball. Doesn't matter how good you are, how bad you are. Any night, anything can happen. And these settings and sliders, custom settings and sliders, they really showcase that. And so I'm super happy about that. This has the potential to be my favorite franchise of all time because of the wide range of possibilities and random number generator. And also we get to see what kids are going to step up and be playing well for us. For example, Pete Wheeler, we did not expect him to hit that well. 30 vision. He's batting .292. He's got a .414 on base percentage, .667 slugging, 1,000 OPS. 1 steal, 1 caught stealing. I imagine that number will go up. He does have 7 strikeouts, but with 5 walks, you don't hate it. 3 home runs already. Only Pablo has more. Pablo has 4, batting .308, 379 on base percentage, 808 slugging, 1187 OPS. He does have 2 steals as well. So Pablo turned in a really good season. Does have 7 strikeouts, just 3 walks. He's been a little impatient just because, man, this was the most hyped Major League debut of all time, Pablo Sanchez. Ken Griffey Jr. a close second. Also making that debut in Seattle where Humongous Entertainment, Griffey and that 95 Mariners team that won the AL West really sparked Humongous Entertainment to make Backyard Baseball. So just really neat parallel. But Griffey had a big-time debut in 89 as a 19-year-old. And Pablo Sanchez, until 89, well, until yesterday's stream, there was no 19-year-old or any aged prospect that had built as much excitement or expectations around their MLB debut. And you're seeing Pablo Sanchez, man, he's got 8 runs scored and 8 hits. He slowed down just a little bit, but he did homer once in the 3-game span. Really excited about Pablo, man. And these cats are always going to, based on morale and other things, they're going to be fluctuating on their ratings. But in between streams, I will be fixing their ratings back to where they need to be. They don't change much, but just to get it to where they need to be. And then I'll also let some progress, naturally as I see fit. But anyway, we're going to run through Pete, 292 with 3 bombs. Pablo, 308 with 10 RBIs, 4 home runs, 318 and 2 bombs. Mikey really got it going on this stream. I want to see his on-base percentage. He also took a lot of walks. The on-base percentage really looks good for this team. 450 with 3 home runs for Ahmed Khan. Huge grand slam in that second game of this stream. And if you didn't see the ending, it was crazy. Keisha, 273 with a bomb, 250 with a bomb for Marky Dubois. Jocinda, 364, 1 RBI, but she did hit 3 doubles last game. Tony got it going, 348 with a 460-foot bomb. If you missed that, you want to check that out. He absolutely crushed it, hit it onto the sand at Weasel World. Stephanie's really struggled so far, but 2 walks. She does strike out a lot, and those numbers just have to get better. But she is a really clutch hitter for us in driving runners home, moving runners over, hitting sac flies. And then let's check the pitching staff really quick. Ernie made his numbers come back down to earth. 4 strikeouts in 13 innings. That's got to get better for the 6'8", hard-throwing righty. We get to see Angela next time out. She was great in her last game. Came out of nowhere. No walks, 5 strikeouts, 9 innings, 3 hits. Really interested to see what kind of game she has the next time I stream. Not for sure when it'll be. I'll be updating you guys as much as I can with comments and all that good stuff. I am going to open up a team Twitter really soon, so be looking out for that to be able to talk and let you guys, have updates and give me your opinions and help me on Ahmed and Amir Khan's band name and all that stuff we have to figure out. And then as we round out the stats, and I will see you guys soon. We really want our setup guys, Kenny, Kay, and Josh Hader, to start playing better. And that's just short sample size. I think they will. And we're going to continue Pablo Sanchez run. I'm hoping to get almost all, maybe every single one of his home runs on stream or video throughout his career and go with this as long as we can and see if one day he can get close to that 700 club, maybe even 762, the record for most home runs of all time. But we got a long way to go. He's 19 years old. We're going to be playing each season. Super excited. Appreciate you guys sticking with me. Alex, just now seeing the comment. Let's go. Great job, team. Excited for what the season brings. Great job, team. Excited for what the season brings. I appreciate that, Alex. We heard Alex make that comment as we're headed to the clubhouse because Weasel World Amusement Park, Weasel World Stadium that was built for this Humongous Melonheads team. It's a tight-knit group of cats that like this team. And you can hear the fans making comments as they're running out. And I just wanted to say to you, Alex, that we had a team member, a cat on our team, that had something to say to you, man, after the encouragement. So I want to let him speak to you. I'll give you a hint. He's a 5'7" shortstop.
Hola! Soy Pablo!
So Pablo saying he appreciates it, man. We appreciate it. We're going to let Vinny the Gooch close us out here. I'm going to see you guys next time. Don't be a stranger. Hit me up on comments, whatever it is. And we'll open up the team Twitter soon. Hope to see you guys soon, man. I'm going to let Vinny the Gooch close it out, commentary style. And then next time we will continue Pablo Sanchez's historic career run here on the Humongous Melonheads franchise.
It's time once again for Backyard Baseball! This is Sunny Day and my pal Vinny the Gooch with a hearty hi-ho to ya! Wait a minute. The Gooch does not under any circumstances say hi-ho. Sunny Day might be saying hi-ho, but the Gooch just says yo. Whatever, Vinny.
Absolute classic, man. Enjoyed it, Carlos. Have a good one, dude. We'll see you guys next time. And Sunny Day.
This is Sunny Day, wishing you all peace, harmony, and great baseball. See you next time.
I'm closing up the stream. Sure had fun. Can't wait for next time, man. I can't wait to see, like Alex said, what this team is going to do, man. Yeah, I see you, Noah. See you, Noah. We'll see you guys. Hope y'all catch me next time, man. Don't be a stranger. And peace.